Recording. Is everyone ready?
Yep. Yup.
Cool. I will welcome back to another session of Call of Cthulhu, Destiny in the Dark. Let me put some more appropriate music on so I can recap the happenings of our previous session. So, in our first session of Destiny in the Dark, in the dimly lit ballroom of the esoteric gala, hosted by the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained, you found yourselves drawn together by an enigmatic figure named Rupert Merriweather. Mr. Merriweather reintroduced you to a man from each of your pasts, a Josh Winscott. His eyes held a flicker of desperation as he shared a compelling tale. You see, Josh revealed the circumstances surrounding his inheritance, the ancestral house of his late Aunt Agatha. During the restoration process, he uncovered a startling revelation: an intricately bricked wall in the cellar, deliberately concealing a series of vast and mysterious tunnels. Drawing upon the expertise of the enigmatic Mr. Merriweather, it was deduced that these hidden passageways were likely employed for the illicit transportation of slaves into the city of Providence, Rhode Island. Rather than succumbing to fear, both Josh and Mr. Merriweather saw an opportunity for exploration, suspecting that valuable and perhaps historically significant artifacts might be concealed within the depths of the tunnels. Together, the pair believed that all of you possessed the necessary skills and intuition to aid Josh in exploring the ominous tunnels. And enthralled by the promise of adventure, you each agreed to assist. And so, each of you found your way to the house of Josh's late Aunt Agatha. And arriving at the house, there was no trace of Josh. However, you discovered intriguing clues that suggested his recent presence. A still warm coffee cup, for example, had been abandoned as if Josh had embarked on his exploration without you. Undeterred by his absence, you resolved to follow in his footsteps, embarking on a long journey through the subterranean labyrinth. Your first chilling discovery was that of ancient human remains, adorned with iron manacles and blood-stained clothing, and further evidence that Josh had proceeded on without you. Delving deeper, your path eventually led you to an expansive chamber adorned with enigmatic carvings. The eerie artwork depicted scenes of serpent worship, a conflict between serpent people and reptilian adversaries, and a profound transformation that consumed their once mighty cities. The carvings bore a haunting mark, a black stain, a symbol of nameless dread that sent a chill down your spine. These carvings frightened you to your very cores. They must have been old as the dinosaurs themselves. However, it did not stop the great Augustus Oggy Nadjet from bringing out his camera, and the great flash of the old 1920s style camera flashed to capture the images, causing a stumble amongst you, but despite this, with both an air of apprehension and anticipation, you found yourselves embarking further on your journey of the treacherous paths beneath the house on the hill and we rejoin our investigators as we re-enter the world of Lovecraftian horror. So let me take you to this image of the caves themselves. So I will remind you, excuse me, I will remind you of the current room you were previously in. You have just entered. Well, it's a bit loud for me. Let me just turn that down. Apologies. Just get my notes back open. So, you find yourselves in a room where there are elaborate carvings adorning the walls, a mural depicting the vivid landscapes I described previously of an ancient empire of snake people and the dinosaurs they did battle with. What are each of you doing, and how are you reacting to your current predicament?
Yeah, but we did that sanity roll last time, right?
You did do a sanity roll, yes, and anyone who failed should have lost. Anyone who passed would have lost 0 sanity, and anyone who failed would have lost a D3 of sanity.
If you fail, you don't really get it, right?
If you failed your intelligence roll, that's correct.
Oh, thank for God. Look, Arisa. He's all covered in the water. Oh, Snake Man versus dinosaurs. It's a bit like America versus the Imperial. Pretty good joke, huh? Looks around at everybody.
That was a very good joke, actually. I thought it was very funny. I know I didn't laugh, but it was very funny.
Milton, would you say America is more a snake or a dinosaur?
Did Milton lose? Because I think I lost sanity.
I believe Milton certainly did lose sanity, and Milton was the only one, I believe, who passed his intelligence check. No, Tala did as well, in fact. So, okay. And not only did that, Milton passed his intelligence with a natural 1, which is a critical success in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning that Milton, of everyone, is frozen in spot. As Oggy turns to him and cracks this joke of reptilian nature, Milton is just staring at the realization in front of him, and Tala, alongside him after their tumble together across the floor, is in much the same situation. Almost lost for words, but not completely.
Because we failed it. We're not.
Yes, you do not understand the full ramifications of what lies in front of you, although it is overwhelming, to say the least.
Indeed.
In the room around you, beneath this huge mural, a single passageway leads you on further.
But we've got these two just staring at the murals.
Currently very wide-eyed and wide-mouthed, but not out of control of their functions or anything like that, just certainly shocked by the experience of witnessing and truly understanding the nature of such a thing.
Yeah, Milton looks like a guy who doesn't know what to do with himself. Like he's not staring at. It's not like vacant eyes. I imagine his eyes kind of like darting around, and his mouth's kind of moving as if he wants to make words. Like he's like, and then he's like wringing his hands, and like going from frowning to like a more vacant expression and back again. So it doesn't look like he's just kind of what's the word, catatonic, as Oggy cracks that joke at him. But he definitely doesn't respond to it, and you can just see him like pointing at the wall.
Yeah, I think a dinosaur too. But should we get going? Come here that much more down there. The space is huge. Like, how much did they build? Could have been like even more, could it?
Hmm. Well, I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to find out.
We better find you some more pictures so you can show the boys at the bar, Mr.
Exactly.
Brown.
You know, like the more adventure, the more stories to tell, the more rounds I'll get.
I'm sure this is just some elaborate joke. And the Indians built this place. Yeah, that's what it was.
No, probably. I mean, dinosaurs. Who's seen a dinosaur? Not me.
I've never seen a dinosaur either. Except at the Smithsonian, they got some bones there.
I guess Joe Brown. He's had his gun on him the whole time, so he's probably just got it out still.
Quite, I believe, in the last session that both yourself, Oggy, and perhaps Milton all had their weapons drawn. I believe Milton had his
Goes back.
baseball bat, yes. But I forget the name of. It was named after a team, I believe.
Isn't it Babe?
Yes, it was Babe, that was it.
I think I did give what's the name? Tyler. Screwdriver? Something.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Shanking someone.
Something, yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. So, as you push on under Oggy's duress, how do you proceed? Is Oggy taking the charge, Kieran?
Yeah, I think he would be. He has been previously.
Yeah, so you push on through another narrow passage, not quite as narrow as the previous. But as you reach the conclusion, your gaze falls upon a gaping hole that delves deeper into the earth. The beam of your light sources pierces the darkness, illuminating a cavernous expanse that lies at least 20 feet below the precipice upon which you stand. The cavern floor, shrouded in shadow, beckons you to descend into its mysterious depths. Can I have everyone please make a listen roll?
Yeah.
And I will remind you, any successes, as long as you haven't marked it off already, you can click next to on the skill on your character sheet, and it will mark that skill, that you can improve it in the future.
What kind of, does it have to be extreme success?
No,
or?
just a success, but you can only do it once per once per scenario.
Yep.
And Oggy, you're stepping forwards, and you're almost caught off guard by the hole, and you kind of, not enough. Your instincts are sharp, but you step back, and you're focused on everyone else around you. Really, your attention as a previous man of war of battle is to focus on your men around you. You're a loyal man, and your attention quickly turns to the breathing of your others. However, both Milton and Joe, you hear something. As Oggy checks on your well-being, you listen beyond his form and down into the deep earth beneath you. And you hear a number of noises. It sounds like a cross between singing and the sounds of an organ. It's equally natural and unnatural in its sound.
Mm.
Well, that's surely not Mr. Was it Joe we were looking for?
You're looking for a Mr. Josh Winscott.
Josh. Oh yeah, the bully.
No.
That's surely not Josh. Perhaps we should turn around and make our way back up to a bit of daylight. It's rather dark down here.
It's definitely not Dolph, I don't think, but there's
What
might
did you
be
hear?
curious down there. Kind
It's-
of like a lady's song.
And Oggy,
But
as Joe says that, you listen out and your senses begin to pick it up. The very edge of your hearing, a dull organ, singing type sound.
It must be a dinosaur playing the organ, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it's just the wind going around these caves. What?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it is just the wind. Yeah.
Good one, Joe.
No,
I
yeah.
agree.
My wind.
Oh,
Is this the only direction to go?
Currently, yes.
Ah.
The passageway beyond completely ends, and there only seems to be any place going down. Sorry, Tom, go ahead.
That's all right. Is it a 20-foot straight down?
It is.
So there's no like. So yeah, Milton would just be like, well, even if we wanted to find out what that disturbing noise is, there's no way to get down there. I'm not. My knees can't take a fall of 20-odd feet.
This is quite a ways. But what if he is down there? Do we just maybe leave him?
I've got some experience with climbing into mortar shells. If you folks want to stay up here, I'll make my own way down and have a look around, find this little dinosaur playing the organ.
Oh, okay. We don't have any climbing stuff on us, do we?
If it's not in your inventory, then please roll me a luck check to see if you were smart enough to bring that type of equipment with you.
But Oggy's so fat as well.
You can all make the luck check if you choose to.
Okay, why not?
Oggy
Oh yeah,
is a...
remember that you have to tick off the ones that you passed on to the listen checks.
Yes, absolutely.
Can
Yeah.
someone do a luck check for me because I can't get on it?
Well, luckily enough, Joe, even with his 76, did fail, but Oggy, quite rightly, is not a man who comes unprepared for something, a man who has been in the Great War itself. He does have rope, he has climbing equipment. He knew that going into even brief natural caves could prove to be slightly trepidatious, although perhaps he didn't expect a 20-foot hole in the ground.
Right. Gonna take off his coat, roll off his sleeves. Pretty much just pushes them both into Milton's hands. She's like, hold this way, I'm just gonna go down there and have a little look.
Be careful.
Joe holds on to the tail end.
Okay.
I'll try. If I get stuck down there, don't bother trying to save me. Just go get someone who can help. And then he like taps his gut, and he's like, "There's no way you three are dragging me out of that hole if I get stuck."
Well, you can have a bloody good go at it.
Well, I appreciate it, Joe. Just don't fall down if I get stuck. I don't want all of us getting stuck down there.
Maybe our fool will dislodge you.
So, Kieran, Oggy. You notice next to you that there is a sturdy stalagmite nearby that you believe the rope could be quite easily tied to. Can you make a climb roll with me? And since Joe is helping secure the other end, you can have a bonus die as well. Which means that roll your check first, and there is a button underneath that if you look on Joe's luck roll, he's got bonus or penalty, which means he can, for example, roll that, and it means it re-rolls the 10 dice, which means in that case Joe would have got a 12 rather than 82.
Oh, shit. Okay, so good. This one's for America.
Oh,
Well, it
no.
would be a failure, and it would be, in fact, since your skill is below 50, a fumble,
Oh.
which is an item. But you've got a bonus die, thankfully, thanks to Joe.
So click on it.
Indeed. So in fact, it's a 27,
Oh.
Oh.
which means it's not quite a success. However, I will remind you, there's two options you can choose from. You can choose to spend your luck. You could spend 7 luck to make it a success.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you could have pushed the roll, which means
I don't
you...
want to fall.
Yeah. So, spending 7 luck, the Oggy swings on the rope for the moment, but almost loses his footing, but luckily finds an area of the wall where there is a more natural handhold of sorts
Oh, that
than
was
the wall.
lucky.
And he slowly descends the 20-foot climb in the passage below, reaching the bottom, unharmed.
Oh, we can't see him though, right? It's dark.
You can
Are
see
you
him
okay down there?
with your light sources. You shine them down, and you can spot Oggy 20 feet below you, but looking right up. How does Oggy react, Kieran?
I'm alright. Physically.
Do you want your stuff?
Uh, yeah, throw down the coat, Milton.
All right. Milton's gonna try his best to throw down the coat.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not going to make you make a roll to drop a coat down a hole.
Nice.
You manage to just sling it down and falls next to Oggy. He catches it out of the air.
What do you see down there, old pal?
What do I see down here?
So, Oggy, as you come out, ahead of you, you see a wider passage, almost double the size of the one you were in, that's heading straight on into the darkness beyond. And you also see, to both your left and right, there are passageways in either direction. And you notice that there is also the music, the sound of this singing, or perhaps this organ that comes from your east. It's now grown slightly louder.
There's a few passages down here, and it seems like that organ's coming from one of them.
Mm.
You want me to go ahead and have a look, or?
Mm.
You can't. I will say you can't see the organs. You can just hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, what sounds almost like organs.
There any sign of Josh?
Have a look around. If he's come down here, maybe drop something in the climb down.
Make a spot hidden check for me. Doesn't seem to be anything of Josh's in the immediate area.
Can't see anything.
Maybe call out for him. Sure.
Okay, he will. Like, Josh, come here this instant. This practical joke has to stop.
Okay. Bear with me. As I quickly check
No.
something.
I think Tala would like let out a tentative like, Josh. You'd hear it like echoing around.
Mm-mm.
We should go back.
I don't like this.
Yeah, but
It's rain.
do we just leave Joshua?
Well, there was the other passageway. We chose to climb through the little gap before. We could
Oh, yeah.
explore down there. I don't
It
really
was-
know what we do with Augie now. He's down that hole until he finds another way out. But
He does look a bit like a cork in a bottle.
Bear with me a little longer.
I'm glad
The
we're out of
last
that
time-
chamber at least.
Yeah. True.
Oggy,
The murals.
as you call out, can you... Oh no, you don't make a check actually. Maybe the wrong bit. As you call out, and then your voice echoes down the chamber, followed by Tala's from above. The corner of your eye, can you make a spot hidden check for me?
I want to see something. You're good at it. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
An extreme
whoops.
success. It might not be a good thing.
No.
You see a fleeting glimpse of some sort of pale animal.
Ooh.
With an extreme success, it looks like maybe an ape. But it quickly moves away from the tunnels into the tunnels to your west, opposite to the side of the music. Could you please make a sanity roll for me?
Just, there's no way it could have been Josh, right?
With an extreme success, it was not Josh.
Am I supposed to be rolling a spot hidden? Sorry.
No, you are still above. Oggy is alone. Down on there.
Ooh, he
Okay.
passed.
You do not take any sanity loss with a pass.
Some sort of monkey man down here.
What?
Some sort of monkey man down here. Saw him crawl around the caves, and he's gonna pull out his gun.
Do they have a tail?
Did it have a tail?
An ape does not usually have a tail, so it didn't look like it.
No, Joe, it didn't. I don't know what to do.
Oh, well, that's the more scary type of monkey. No tails.
Right. You stay up there. I'm gonna scope out the situation. My combat senses are kicking in.
Well, be careful. Yeah, he kind of looks to the rest of you. Should we try and go down with him now, or it's down dangerous?
It feels bad to let Augie wander off by himself. I mean, he can handle himself. So maybe it's fine. Maybe we should just stay up here.
Well, I feel bad letting you down, though, Augie. He sort of calls down to you.
I'll be quick.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna go with his gun and follow where he saw the monkey. He's like, I won't be long.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead.
If you see something, holler.
Say something.
Right.
Okay.
I come running back. Get ready with the rope. You're all gonna need a pull. I'm not light.
Oggy, you slowly move upwards, your light shining forward. And you step into the passageway that you believed you saw this ape creature. And suddenly, you see a series of connected chambers that almost look like dens. They are filthy, strewn with bones and refuse, and consequently smell quite bad.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Back in the trenches.
Roll a do you have a biology skill at all? Any points in biology?
Doesn't look like it.
No. If you don't, then please make me a hard knowledge roll, which is just your intelligence, but it is a hard check rather than a regular.
Knowledge. Where the hell is knowledge?
Oh, it would just be intelligence, so your main ability is a no roll. I'm not sure. As Oggy, you continue searching out, looking in these interconnecting chambers, these warrens, if you will. Make a listen roll.
Listen.
Oh no, in fact, sorry, not a listen. Spot hidden. Don't know why I said listen.
If I take the 68, he will use 8 luck points to pass.
Okay.
Whoops. I didn't mean to roll that.
No, that's fine. 8 luck points. As you're searching through these particular caves, you come across, your light catches an area of the wall where within the wall there is a testimonial that is painstakingly chiseled into one of the walls. I will reveal a handout to you.
Oh, fuck.
Do you want one of us to read it for you?
If you'd like to, Anya, actually, I think you're good at narrating stuff.
Shall I do it in the voice or
No, just your voice.
Mayhap someone will read these words someday, God willing. I, John Harper, write them here to tell my sorry tale and that of my fellows. Winscott sent us to our doom with his clever plans. Winscott. He thought to escape the notice of the state of Rhode Island, the tunnel he had found. He should have thought for what purpose this tunnel was made at the first. He called himself lucky and so damned us. As we shepherded his cargo through the tunnel, we were set upon by hideous things, and the fortunate fell to their claws and fangs. The rest were dragged here. The good book and the preachers tell us that God cursed the serpent so that it might crawl on its belly forevermore. Why then does our new master still walk? How did he and his kind escape God's justice? Did they sleep here before the fall and so pass beneath notice? Now we serve this hateful serpent. He sets us to work for him, all men alike. He forces us to mate together as if we were no more than animals. I've seen my fellows die, wasting away at the pleasure of the serpent. We are hidden far from the loving eyes.
I will remind each of you, obviously, because it's been 3 weeks, that Milton discovered that Josh's ancestor, a previous Winscott man, Elijah, had been a slave trader and used these tunnels to transport the slaves through.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, Oggy would be sort of read that, and he's like, "What does it mean?" he's he's gonna go back to the hole if he can find it.
Make a listen check first for me. Failure.
Yes.
Would you like to spend luck or push the roll?
I'll push it. Why not?
Describe to me how you are doing something differently to listen out more clearly.
I think he's just sort of gone a bit well, actually I don't really know. I don't know how he can listen harder. So maybe he won't do that.
Okay. In that case, then, we quickly do something.
I love how the three of us are just standing there.
Yeah, literally.
It's like,
Looking down the hole.
Hope he's alright.
Uh,
Tapping my baseball bat against the floor.
Oggy, from behind you suddenly, you don't hear it at first,
Oh no.
but a big white ape-like hand swings down behind you, scratching the wall where the mural was, and knocks you to your feet, falling prone on your stomach. And then you hear the scampering of ape-like feet across the floor away from you.
Oh,
It
well,
seemingly swiped and missed you.
he's gonna.
got the right down the hole.
He's got his gun out, so I suppose he's gonna run back towards the hole, taking pot shots just down the tunnel as he does.
Interesting. Okay.
Get away from me!
So we all hear gunshots echoing up from below.
You do.
Milton's like, oh my lord.
Oh no. Joe Brown aims his gun at the hole.
Milton calls out, Augie! Augie, you okay?
Did you see the apes?
Where is he?
You would be... Woggy begins scampering back in the dark. Do a dexterity check to see if you manage to hold both your gun and your torch. Success, you do manage to. In that case, make a navigate check with a bonus die.
Oh my
Success.
Let's go!
Okay, your keen senses as you make your way back through these interconnected rooms, these dens, stepping over bone. You hear human tibia bones crack beneath your feet, and you're in a panic as you begin moving quickly through these tunnels. And you left, right. It was right, and you move right back towards the rope. You see the rope. You hear the singing to your left now, and you reach the bottom of the rope. Looking up as the torches shine down on you, you're looking everywhere, left, right, your torch shining, illuminating different parts of the cave, your gun in one hand. What do you do? Are you going to try and climb back up?
Yeah. You just shout over, if they didn't get me out there, they're not gonna get me here! And just try and furiously climb up the rope.
Okay, for that case then, I am going to get a little turn order thing out.
Oh god.
Just going to call it rounds. We have a +1 modifier on it. I can actually just delete you off. This is the first round. So, can you please, Oggy, is anyone else doing anything to assist Oggy as he attempts to climb this rope?
Oh yeah, Milton's gonna be pulling on the rope.
Okay.
I
Joe,
don't think Joe is aiming down the hole.
maybe down the hole. And Tala, are you doing anything?
As much as her manicure would allow. But she's also fucking panicking because she
Mhm.
is hearing about this monster and is a bit worried.
Of
say
course.
the least.
In that case, then, I will have Milton. Can you please make a strength roll?
Yes.
Can I aim down the hole and also step on the end of the rope?
No.
Okay.
Hard success, baby.
The rope is raised. Thanks to... So you can add a bonus die to a climb roll, then, Oggy.
You're welcome.
Okay. Oh my god. What's going on?
Yeah. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
With
Adrenaline.
Milton holding the rope tight, Oggy climbs the first 10 feet.
Oh.
Make another strength roll for you, Milton. And now the
yeah.
weight of Oggy. Another
Yeah.
success. He's holding tight. Another bonus die on another
I
climb
got
check.
Joggy.
Please. No.
You have a...
Oh.
No, I'm gonna use. Wait, I can use the luck after, right?
Yes, you can. I believe so.
Yeah, he'll use the luck because I feel like he might be very fucked if I don't.
7 points of luck. Joe, can you please make a spot hidden roll for me?
I'm not very good at spotting them.
Failure.
Yeah.
You're looking down. There's a brief flash of movement below, but you don't see what it is. A shadow. You're quickly looking or moving your torch back and your pistol, and you're like, something just moved past.
Oh, there's a lot of shadows down there.
Well, we've made a good start on things. Why don't we just head back and collect ourselves?
It's Oggy at the top.
You are at the top now, yes.
Be like, goddamn, Milner, you a goddamn beer or maybe 10. let's go back to our other tunnel.
What happened, doggy? What were you firing at?
There was warrens down there. Looks like degenerated slaves or apes, and they came at me and they lashed out. Had to run. To do what I did back in the war. Let's go, like I can't stay here.
Yeah, let's quickly pull up the rope and let's go.
If Josh is down there, he's not anymore. He's dead. There's no point us going down and dying as well.
Well, that's true. Maybe he's in the other tunnel though, like you said, Milton.
Yeah, Mil's right. I know who the smart man there is.
Wait. All right, let's let's head on back. Nice and careful, like we don't want to trip and fall.
He would try and recite that note, well, etching in the wall. He'd give him a gist of what it said.
Yeah. You'd be able to give them the gist.
Serpents and
What the hell is this place?
I don't know, Augie, but that chamber, dinosaurs, there are things they just don't tell you at school.
Maybe it's the devil. He's strong here.
All I know is that things make a lot more sense in the light of day. My wife always says. So, come on now, everybody. Let's let's head on back.
I think that's a good idea. I don't really want to see any claws and fangs, to be honest.
You don't think they could, you know, and he makes like a climbing motion with his hands out of the
Oh.
hole.
They are
Yeah, good
monkeys.
point. Oh, he's going to cut the rope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they need to block the hole.
Is there anything to block it with?
Not around, you know. It's a
Yeah.
it's a large enough hole that a man the size of Oggy could descend through it. There's not something you could... Not a boulder big enough to block it.
We'll blow it up later.
Yeah, we'll tell the cops about this.
That's don't be ridiculous, okay? They wouldn't believe us.
I don't know.
They're
Yeah,
nice if they go down there, or if one comes up.
probably best left forgotten.
No.
Head back for now. We can always grab some other things that might help us. Come on. And yeah, Milton's gonna start heading back the way they came. Or he doesn't like
Yeah.
the idea of going through that chamber again.
Yeah.
Are you, the rest of you, following?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
so-
go and come. Also, Joe would like try and ask about what he thought everyone else thought about the singing and what it would be.
Can't imagine those apes playing the organ. Did say
Okay.
something about the serpent and the devil, but I don't know.
Well, they don't normally play instruments, apes, as well as I know.
Seem too hungry to bother, but
I think if this little trip down has taught us anything, is that we can't be sure of what's come before. This is new. This is but old at the same time. I don't know. But we shouldn't
Yeah.
assume anything, I don't think.
No.
Maybe they do make that sound.
let's go find Josh if he's dead.
Yeah. Let's hope the other tunnel was a bit more nicer.
I don't think if Josh is dead, then we are going to actually find him.
Well, no. Well,
We'll
hopefully
check the other
will.
tunnel.
Yeah.
What if that sound is what the sound they make when they're hungry?
I already know they're hungry.
I think they ate Josh.
I don't know what I think anymore, but I know there's things in this world that we can't explain. I've seen crazier things than that.
Oh. Do you know anything about the singing there, Tara?
I feel like she might. How would I find out, Natalie?
Do you have any points? Well, you shouldn't have any points in the Cthulhu Mythos skill.
Have I actually discussed what I imagine Carla's background to be with you, or did I just say that in my head and never actually tell anybody?
I don't think you've told me much beyond the character making session. However, she has 0 points in Cthulhu Mythos. She would have no idea what this is.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't tell you what it is, Joe, but I just know this, and Josh has been involved in some bad stuff, and it just wouldn't surprise me if this was more evil than you could imagine.
Evil. As in, like, God.
Like what?
Like God. Like God stuff. Religious stuff.
Let's not take the Lord's name in vain now.
Trust me, the Lord has nothing to do with this, Mr. Butterfield. Especially not where Josh is concerned.
Oh,
Perhaps
okay.
that's our role. Perhaps we're bringing some of the Lord's light down here to illuminate this dark place. But I do think maybe we should check the other tunnel on the way out.
Guess this would be like Agents of the Lord. I mean, cock his gun.
So,
Owen will slap his baseball bat into his other palm.
as you begin your ascent from where you came, you climb slowly back through the winding passages of where you came, back towards the room with the mural. Yet, at the lead, Oggy, you're the first to feel it. Your hands upon the walls begin to violently shake, followed by the earth, as the cave in front of you begins to cave in around you. Dust filling the air, choking your lungs, obscuring your vision. Panic surging through your veins.
Take cover, Miss Ray!
Can I all have you make dodge checks, please?
Oh my. I'm spending 4.
Mhm. If anyone would like to push the roll, you're more than welcome to. I need one from Tala as well.
Sorry, I'm still waiting for the character sheet to load up.
That's okay.
A dodge check. Oh, yeah. Did I do it? I don't think I
did.
did. Oh. Oof.
Would anyone like to push the roll before I continue?
Yeah.
No, I used some luck.
Use luck.
Trying to see if I've got any skills that seem appropriate, useful. Could Milton try to push the roll for Tala? For I have a high throwing skill, and I like the thought of him throwing her out of the way of the falling rocks.
I will certainly allow you to do that. That is very cool. However, there could be a bad consequence if you fail.
He throws her into the fucking yeet. Yeah, he kind of dives. He's like, "Look out, Miss Ray!" and he throws her to the side. So I do a throw?
Do a throw check for me, yes.
Oh, motherfucker!
Luckily, your skill is above 50, which means it's 96, otherwise would be a fumble. But when it is above 50, it is only a 99 or a 100. That is a fumble.
Mostly.
However, that does mean that as you try to push Tala, you don't get the strength on her as you want, and you stumble forwards, tripping.
Oh.
Oggy, I need to know what you're doing first.
What do you mean?
Are you pushing the roll, or are you sticking with
No,
it?
I'm sticking.
Okay. As you're retreating away from the cave-in before you, Oggy, you're at were at the front, obviously, but now at the back. And you see Milton in front of you who trips forward. Can you make a dex roll for me?
Oh shit!
Success. You stumble by barely past Milton as you push onwards. Tala is lagging behind as you are, though. I will have Milton, you will take since you chose to push your roll and failed.
Yep.
You will take the max damage of this roll, whilst the other two will take you'll take the max damage and they'll take half damage of this roll. So
Looked
that,
out.
well, 5 damage is a lot in Cthulhu. Tala and Oggy, you take 2 points of damage to your HP. However, Milton, you take 5. Now, 5 is a lot in Cthulhu. And 5, I believe, equals... Ooh, actually, you might be just beyond it. Let me just double check something.
Looked out, baby.
Poor Milton, just as he's getting his confidence. Money!
I like the idea of Joe Brown getting really lucky and all the rocks just fall around him in a perfect circle.
Okay, yeah, you did get very lucky, Milton. As if you'd suffered 1 more point of damage, that was a low roll, you would have suffered a major wound. However, I do need to check. Need to check something. Wounds. We are still learning the rules, so bear with me whilst I look some stuff up.
For like healing. I know
So
you're looking stuff up.
I'm looking into that right this second, so bear
Okay.
with me. We're lucky that Milton did not suffer a major wound. First aid. To be effective, first aid must be delivered within 1 hour, in which case it grants 1 hit point recovery. It may be attempted once, with subsequent attempts constituting a pushed roll. 2 people can work together to administer first aid, with a success granted if either one of them rolls a success. An exception is allowed when treating a dying character, wherein the best that can be achieved with first aid is to temporarily stabilise the patient. Medicine. Treating of injuries using the medicine skill takes a minimum of 1 hour and can be delivered any time after the damage is taken. If this is not performed on the same day, the difficulty level is increased, requiring a hard success. The person treated successfully with medicine recovers 1d3 hit points, in addition to any first aid they have received, except in the case of a dying character, who must initially receive successful first aid, after which they must be stabilised using medicine. So, you have your medicine and first aid skills. Now, what has happened is as you are trying to escape this cave-in, both Oggy and Tala have been hit over the heads with tumbling debris. However, Milton has been trapped under a series of rocks. His torso is revealed, but both his legs are currently trapped. Now, Milton, you're lucky in the sense that you did not break a leg here.
Yep.
You are in pain, but you can move your legs. The rocks have luckily fallen in a way, whilst they've hit you and certainly bruised you badly. You are able to move your legs slightly, and you can feel that you are not badly wounded.
Close there.
Very close.
Yeah. Joe
Oh,
Brown just
shit.
popped up from the dust. Oh, is everyone okay? Oh my gosh, that was really surprising, wasn't it?
Yeah, and looks round. Milton!
I'm down here.
Oh,
Oh dear, we've got rocks on you.
My wife's
let's-
never gonna believe this.
right, I've gotta get him out. Here,
We'll get- I'll use your bat, Milton, if that's okay. I'll use your bat to try and...
Yeah,
Milton.
Well,
hold this umbrella so if the rocks fall when you pull it out, it doesn't hit you. He gives him the umbrella.
Yep, thanks, Augie. That's gonna help.
Okay.
yeah. Try and get rocks off him.
So you're trying to move rocks off of Milton.
Yeah.
Can you
Just
all...
enough so you can wiggle out, maybe.
Okay.
And he's got the umbrella.
He's got the umbrella.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll for it. Well, actually, no, I will. I want to see how long this takes. Because you will be able to move the rocks together in time, but let's have both Joe and Oggy independently make strength checks. And that's very good. Oggy pass. Joe's fail.
Oh.
Oggy does most of the heavy lifting. However, what is Tala doing whilst this is happening, aren't you?
I feel like she's potentially unconscious or something, right?
She's not unconscious. She was hit by a number of falling debris, but you've got a little sort of bloody wound on your head, but you're certainly not unconscious. You're shaken up and you're rather scared, but not unconscious, at least not for now.
I feel like she sort of.
You're quite far from your microphone, Nub.
I feel like she'd be sort of vaguely. Sorry, I'm making my dinner as well. Trying to claw at some rocks to get Milton free, but I don't know how successful she'd be. I think she'd be quite like
Okay.
scrabbly.
Just quickly check something. Can I have... Let's say... Tala, since you're at the back and you didn't make a check to participate this, could you please make me a listen roll? Did you hear that? Sorry, my mic cut off. Oh, sorry. Could Tala please make a listen roll?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get onto the thingy. Oh shit, that was the wrong one. Sorry, I just clicked thinking it was not.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Success. Okay. Who can you also please read me your luck scores apart from Milton? He is still trapped. The rest
23.
A luck what? Just a number?
Yeah, your luck score.
72.
20.
Oh.
And what is Tala's?
I'm just loading it, sorry.
It's okay.
50.
So, Tala, with a success as you're listening, your ear catches something and you look over to Oggy, who is pulling rocks off of Milton quite successfully. However, from within the wall, you see a white hand reach out and grab something off of Oggy. Oggy, let's have a quick look at your character sheet.
Sneaky little hand.
Mm.
It's going for my gun.
Yep.
You were using the umbrella, so that is off the table.
Phew!
Got his revolver. It's got a bayonet.
Roll-
It's got his handcuffs.
Roll a d6, and the 1 will count as the umbrella, which so you'll have to re-roll. Re-roll a 1. Oggy, this creature just grabs at your briefcase that you're carrying.
No!
And just Tala, only you see this. You just see the briefcase just pulled into this hole and just crunched up on the edge of the hole as it's fastly pulled down. Oggy, you hear the sound of this crunching sound of your briefcase that you've put beside you. And you see it being pulled into this hole, and the force at which it's being pulled down is causing it to just crunch in half.
Okay.
And it is gone. You can remove your briefcase from your inventory.
He would be shocked, but he more carries the briefcase for an air of professionalism. Right, right. It's like Patrick's ice cream briefcase in SpongeBob. How do you remove it?
And probably is in edit mode.
Oh yeah.
Is Milton out of rocks now?
After this event, Augie continues moving the rocks, and you are enough to push yourself free. Barely. However, you feel your legs, Milton, and you pull up your trousers slightly, and there's some nasty bruising on here.
Oh, he's gonna be like, "You sit still, soldier. I've got medical first aid training from the Great War. If only had my briefcase, it had all my bandages in."
I've got some on me, I think. Let me just check my bag. I keep one spare handy in case someone gets a nosebleed in my taxi.
Well, that's a smart idea, Joe.
I know the
Don't wanna-
bandages absorb blood.
Don't want to
Well-
get all that blood over leather.
Exactly. Very expensive to replace.
Well, wait a minute. What happened to your briefcase, Augie?
I don't know. One minute it was there, the other minute there was a hand came out of the wall. Well, did he see
No,
it?
you didn't. You just turned around and you saw it being pulled away into the hole, and the briefcase being crunched. But only Tala saw the hand itself.
Yeah, so he took.
And in fact, Tala,
Doctor?
I need you to make a sanity check since you witnessed the hand.
Creepy hand.
Hard success.
Oh, thank goodness.
There is no sanity lost from witnessing this. Then, however,
Would Tala have told people, or is she just kind of taken aback?
I feel like after you ask, she'd probably be like, "But you guys saw that hand pull it into the hole, right?"
A hand? What kind of hand?
It was like a big white hand.
A white hand. There wasn't a monkey's hand.
Sorry.
That voice.
It wasn't a monkey's hand. Did she know that, Natalie, I guess?
you have no idea. You're just a person that's come into a tunnel and witnessed I would say, as much as I'll tell you, it was humanoid.
It looked almost like a person's hand, but too big and too white.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
What would it want with a briefcase? Was it just bandages you kept in there, Augie?
I had all my case notes for this particular endeavor. I didn't bring anything else in it. That'd be foolish, but
Well, thank you for getting me out of there. It's gonna leave a nasty bruise, but at least that'll help to convince the wife I'm not just making it all up.
How do we go about doing first aid? Because I've got some first aid as well. You said 2 people can do it?
If you choose to, yes, you can, and you can both make the
Okay.
check and see if one of you succeeds. Only one of you needs to succeed, I believe.
There you go, I won't even bother then.
Woohoo!
or you can, if you pass, you get the boost your score. So maybe it's worth it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Woo!
And let me just double check how it works. Healing.
We're rolling so well compared to the last time.
Success.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you're checking off these skills that you succeed at on your character sheet, by the way, the first time you
Oh, yeah.
succeed at them. Successful third aid can heal 1 hit point, as well as rousing a character from unconsciousness. The medicine skill can heal 1d3 hit points, but takes at least 1 hour and appropriate equipment and supplies.
Like we don't have the time or the supplies.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
unless Joe wants to roll a luck check to see if he brought the right supplies with him.
Yeah, this is what I get for forgetting to put it in my possession.
This exactly is. But you do have high luck,
I do have quite luck.
so you can make
What do I roll, sorry?
just a luck check. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Success. You
Yeah.
did remember to bring these things. You thought this might happen, Joe. Maybe not this bad, but you thought something could happen.
I did think somebody might bump their head at some point.
So, Milton, you can heal 1 hit point from Oggy. And then if you choose to, you can make a medicine roll, Joe. It will take 1 hour.
My medicine is real bad.
Yeah, and that hour's a long time. I feel like Milton would be like, rather get out of here than
Yeah.
sitting around. We can bandage me up. Once we're not in the stinking tunnels.
Yeah.
What on God's green earth are we gonna do now that that's happened?
And as this dawns on you, I all need you to make sanity checks.
You see,
No. Sanity. Oh yeah.
Milton, you lose 1 point of sanity as you start to realise.
what are we gonna do?
That's okay. I'll get back. I'll see Jim. He's waiting for me. I must get back.
We can't get back. The rocks are in the way. We can only go down.
That's okay. We can find a way, right, everyone? Probably.
There's definitely stuff down there.
See,
Anyway.
Augie said it.
Yeah. Well.
Oh shit! I cut the rope.
Well, did Joe bring another rope with him? That's the question.
Well, it's a joke bring a rope. Fucking hell.
Feel free to roll a luck check if it's not in your inventory.
Yeah, Joe.
Very lucky.
Goes,
Joe is prepared.
goes like a human backpack.
I like to think he just wears a rope as a belt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I forgot I wear this other belt sometimes. Here we go.
This is why I love the luck mechanic with if you remember to board, because if you don't, if all of you started spending your luck and have got a lot lower luck, suddenly your resources start to fall apart as well.
Got 13
Domino
luck.
effect.
Well, if that's the only way to go, then let's be about it. But have your weapons at the ready.
Yeah, well, here's your backpack. Here, you can use that. I've still got my gun. Your gun wasn't in your briefcase, was it, Oggy?
Oh no, it's on my hip and he taps it.
Okay, well, but what about you, Tara? Have you still got my screwdriver?
If
I'm gonna
Arnie
take that as a
is
yes,
there, yeah.
and maybe if you want a spanner as well, I have one of those. You can't have my good spanner though. I need that for other things.
I'll go first this time. If they're gonna munch on some legs, it might as well be mine.
So, are you proceeding back to the hole?
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck.
There's nowhere else to go, right?
No, there's not. You push your way back towards the hole, the edge, the hole that Oggy climbed into, discovering the horrors which lied beneath. The rope is cut, but luckily, Joe Brown brought another one.
Yeah.
How are you climbing down?
Is there stuff to attach it to?
The rope was attached to a stalagmite before.
Mm-hmm. Is that still?
You could still attach it to the same. It's still protruding out of the floor.
We'll do the same thing, I think.
Okay.
I guess it does make sense for Milton to go down first so we can make sure he gets down safely. Ish.
Does Milton want to
Yeah.
go first?
Yep.
Okay.
He's twitchy. He's getting real twitchy. He's sweating.
Yeah.
So, because you're using a rope and it's attached to the stalagmite, and I imagine at least one of you is supporting it, much like Joe was before.
Yeah.
Sorry, Milton was before for Oggy. Milton, can you please make a climb roll with one bonus die? Oh, excuse me, I'm hiccuping. With a bonus die.
How do I do the bonus
So
die?
on the skill itself, it says bonus penalty below. If you click that,
Oh.
and it will roll a 10 dice. It's the same, 71 again. Would you like to push the roll to see if you can regain your grip as you begin to slip on the rope?
Oh no.
God. 20.
Hang on. Milton's fairly handy at DIY around the house.
Mhm.
Whenever the old ball and chain needs him to put up some shelves or something. So I like to think he'd like. This doesn't make any sense. He'd like, as he like slips. No, that doesn't make any sense either. I want him to like use the rope to tie a knot. He wants to like wrap it around his wrist or like tie a knot or something to kind of catch him as he starts to slide or fall. I have
Okay,
the
that's-
mechanical repair skill.
I'm going to be honest, I do not think that applies here. I think that would be more of something like sleight of hand.
Which I do not want to use. So no.
I'm just trying to think of like what tools any of us might have brought with us. Joe Brown's definitely got a mechanics toolkit, which that doesn't seem useful, but
Yeah, but I'm like tumbling right now.
oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
something now. But
So
just
yeah, I think I'm
breathe up to the top.
I think I'm just failing.
Okay, you need to make a jump roll for me then. As you start to slip, there are handholds in the wall that Oggy previously managed to get a hold of when he was used those luck points as he was swinging on the rope.
Oh!
An extreme success. You will take damage, but it will be halved
Oh my god, so lucky.
as you do fall.
Oh!
5 more points of
Oh,
damage.
Fuck it. No.
Jesus.
I'm on 2 HP.
As you slam into the floor, and luckily
Oh my god!
do not take a major wound by 1 point again. But you
If I
are.
hadn't made that 20 lower than 20 jump roll, I'd be fucking dead. Just slams into the ground.
And now, once again,
Milton!
Oh my legs!
as you lie on your back, Milton, in the distance you can hear the. Coming from the room to your east. Now, what are the rest of you doing? How are you climbing down after Milton has fallen off the rope, landing on his back?
Go on, Joe, you go next. I'll go last.
Yeah.
You get out of the way when I'm coming down in case I fall. I don't want to crush anyone.
Can I make a luck check to see if I have any of those like clippy things that
Yeah.
you go on ropes with?
I'll allow you.
Oh, a carabiner.
I'll allow you to make a luck
Something
roll.
like
Yeah.
that. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. I mean, it's unlikely. Oh yeah.
Joe has. That's what happens when you get a good luck score, though. Miss Cam, and it's what happens when you don't spend your luck frivolously.
The climber in my factory not that long ago, he gave me this. I thought it was quite an odd object, but no, it's coming quite handy.
You do only have
Shame you-
enough for yourself, though, Joe, I will say.
Yeah.
It's a shame you didn't remember that in Milton jokes.
Well, I've only got the one, you see. But he didn't give me a whole set. But I'll see you down there. You know.
Make a climb check with a bonus die, and you'll have a bonus die on any, should you fail, on any jump roll, much like
Climb.
there is a bonus, so press the bonus button. 56 is a fail. Make a jump, which you'll roll with me, but with a bonus die.
Jump, 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 jump. Jump.
The bonus die.
Yeah!
Oh!
So a 15. So you do take as well, you slip on the rope even with it's clipped on.
Oh, at least I pass.
You do go and you do take half of this damage. So 4 points of damage.
Oof. Quite harsh. Yeah, right.
As you slam into the floor next to Milton. Now what is your major wound score? Your major wound score is a 5. So that was one off taking a major wound.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
You join the
How do I change
Milton.
the HP?
Edit mode. Maybe you have to click
Oh,
edit
edit,
mode, yeah.
Yeah. What was it? So 4 I got?
4 points of damage.
Okay. Oh, fuck. I guess I didn't really have to equip it on there as well as I thought.
Why are we here, Joe? I could be sitting in my armchair right now, drinking a cold beer, listening to how Eunice's day went. Instead, I'm lying on the cold, hard floor in this
Think of the
unholy
adventure.
place.
Joe tries to be positive.
Tala, you are up next as Oggy is aiming to go down last. Can I please have you make a climb check with a bonus die?
You can. I don't know how to do the bonus
Oh,
die, I must admit.
Oh.
Oh,
well, it would be a 21, 'cause 7, otherwise it replaces the 10, so it would be a 71, but 21, but you could spend a point of luck.
Probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, you'd only need to spend 1 point.
To turn a failure into success.
no. I'm just gonna.
You went quite far away from the microphone, aren't you?
Do you think I should or shouldn't?
You
Yes.
definitely should.
Yeah, it really hurts to fall, and it only costs you 1 luck point
I
out
will
of
say,
your 50
if
remaining.
they taken 1 more point of damage, there was potential of them dying. Cthulhu is not D&D, you can die very quickly.
Yeah, I'm on 2 HP, baby.
Okay, alright, I will.
Okay, so take away 1. So go on your character sheet, and go on edit mode and change your luck score to 49 from 50. As you spent 1 point of luck, and Tala, luckily, she almost loses herself, much like Oggy before. She catches herself on these bits in the wall, these natural sort of handholds, and she descends unharmed. Oggy, you are last.
Looks at everyone else. Out of the way! And you'll carry and go down in the same way.
Climb check with a bonus die, as you have the rope. 99 would have been a fumble. But a 0 is even worse.
Shit.
Because 0 is 100.
Uh-oh.
Because that's a 10 die,
Oh.
remember? Because
Wouldn't
that's...
it be 9?
No, so a 0 on the die indicates 100. On the 10 die.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so... no, wait. No, it would be 9, you're right, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, that's me being stupid. It would be the other way around. Yeah, so that's actually a 9, so you do succeed. It's in fact a hard success, so Oggy
Lie
descends
down.
without an issue.
It's down. Nice.
Yeah, as you get down, you'd be like, right, everyone get your weapons out. Something down here. Saw it before.
you all now. From beyond the East Passage, you hear the sound of an unnatural organ in the distance. Furthermore, your lights, now together, pervading forth, you see the passage continues onward, downwards. And then there's also the passage to your east, where Oggy and all the rest of you can hear this unnatural organ sound, and there is a path to the west that Oggy went into where he spotted this creature that tried to attack him, and furthermore he saw the carving in the wall. There are 3 directions you to choose from. Do you go east towards the organs, west towards signs of danger, or straight onwards?
Straight onwards. How long does it take to do a first aid again? I forgot.
An hour.
An hour?
No, first aid you can do. You can do at any point after the. It has to be sort of immediately after the injury, I believe. Let me just quickly have a look at it again for you. Healing. Have a quick look. First aid must be delivered within 1 hour, so it is still within 1 hour. It can only be attempted once, with subsequent attempts requiring a push roll. So
I think we should do it.
I'm just curious because Oggy did do it once on Milton and succeeded, if I'm correct. Yes, earlier. Yeah. I'm just curious if quick, gonna do some googling. Called Cthulhu. Yeah, so you can use first aid on the same character as long as it's different people doing it. So if you want to do first aid on somebody, you can. On Milton.
So if I do it on Milton, and then
Do it on Joe. Yeah.
Oggy does it on Joe.
Good, yes.
Just always.
It's alright. It's all good.
It's a
Mostly
failure.
Milton needs it. So
Help me!
You could do a push roll if you wanted to,
shit.
but it
So-
will result in a negative consequence if you
Yeah,
fail.
don't do that.
You broke my leg.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it with 2 HP.
So you do not manage to
Yeah.
provide any first aid. Furthermore, it's dark. You're in hostile grounds now.
So I suppose you feel any better?
I won't feel any better until we're out of this hellish realm.
Well, that's fair enough. Let's try and get out of here. Should we go straight?
We're not going to the dens, that's for sure, surely.
I think we should go towards the organ. There might be resolution.
I happen to agree, actually.
I will also say down here, I will remind you there is a phosphorescent lichen that is slightly illuminating these tunnels. However, without your flashlights, it would still be very dark. So I need to just double check, are you definitely using your flashlights?
Yeah.
Otherwise we'll be
Flash-
blind otherwise.
Flashlight one hand, gun other hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Joe's got a little one on his hip. I think they got little ones in 1920s, right? Little ones?
I'm not sure.
Milton's just got a baseball bat, he hasn't got a light.
I'm gonna chat GPT it. Hold on.
Right. Oh, they do, yeah. Oh no, actually, let's hope they.
Portable electric
Yeah.
torches were available during the 1920s. These early flashlights were typically powered by dry cell batteries. So they did.
I'm not sure Tala would have one, but I think she'd have like a really fancy silver lighter or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, you have the flashlights of both Oggy and of Joe as you continue forward, meaning to just quickly check something. So are you moving straight onwards?
No, well, no, I think we're going to the organs.
So you're going
Yeah.
towards the organs, okay. So, as you step into the wide grotto, devoid of any phosphorescent lichen, your light sources reveal a mesmerizing sight. Glittering crystal deposits adorn the walls, casting shimmering reflections in the in your beam. I misread that. Above you, the apex of the ceiling looms, a distant height of about 150 feet. Your attention, though, is immediately drawn to the peculiar structure sprawled across the far wall. It is an unsettling sight. A twisted amalgamation of interlaced bronze pipes, adorned with crystals of varying sizes and colours. The pipes pierce the wall, while their opposite ends culminate in menacing spikes. Its bizarre and intricate design defies rational explanation. Before the structure stands a rock formation, fashioned into a chair of sorts. Its curving seat and back offer no comfort, though, to human occupants. As you approach, a peculiar sound fills the air, initially resembling a low, distant wind. The sound of you had heard before, this haunting melody. But now, as you draw closer, you realize that it originates from heads, human heads perched upon the spikes. An eerie chorus unfolds before you. This score of preserved human heads, each with sinuous runes carved into their leathery flesh. Their closed eyelids and moving mouths create a disconcerting spectacle. Some heads belong to the individuals of European descent, whilst others represent men and women of African heritage. The soft, whispering song that resonates from these severed heads possesses a haunting beauty that resonates through the air. Can I have everyone please make a sanity roll?
Yeah, you better fucking believe it. Sanity roll. I'm making a sanity roll.
It's a failure from Joe Brown. A hard success from Oggy.
Nothing I haven't seen before. No.
Filthy cash.
I feel like Augie is very much like during the war.
Yeah.
That
So-
everything.
Oggy and Tala, you both take 1 point of sanity loss. And Joe and Milton take 3 points of sanity loss.
What I saw.
Oh shit! No, it's only by 6.
I will also remind you that over the course of this scenario, you should track how many total sanity points you have lost since the beginning. So
I didn't see that it was only by 6. Can you even use luck on sanity?
you cannot use luck checks
Oh,
and
okay.
sanity rolls, no.
That's fair.
So let me quickly have a look at the old recording. Actually, that's not going to show the sanity, is it?
I know, I've been keeping track. I've only lost 2, I think.
At the beginning of at the end of the last session, I think you typed it in the chat.
Did I? That's very useful.
I've lost 5 in total.
5 in total. What does your indefinite insane say?
19.
So if you keep that track out of that 19.
So this is what you wrote at the end of last session.
Oh, okay. Copy that in the chat for me. So you
Yeah,
both
and
had only
I-
had 1 sanity loss.
I lost another 1, and then that 3. makes 5.
So you've had 5 out of 19. If anyone gets their indefinite insanity, then please let me know. Because that
How'd
will.
you get definite sanity?
You need to lose that many sanity in the course of one scenario. And I will tell you when a scenario begins and ends. Scenario is a series of sessions until the story is completed. So Joe's lost a total of 3. What is your indefinite insanity? I think it's 19 for you as well, Joe.
Indefinite. Yeah, 19.
I'll type that in. Let's have a look. What have you got, Oggy?
2, I think.
Out of what's your indefinite?
19.
19 for Oggy. And then let's quickly look at Tala as well.
I think it says 19 for indefinite.
19, and you've lost. You just
2.
lost. You lost 2 as well. So
Yeah.
2 out of 19 for Tala.
God,
So-
Milton's really the hurt guy.
Very much.
He's having a bad time.
How are each of you reacting to this monstrosity before you?
Joe just looks at these heads. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna look for my nana. Oh my God, oh my God." That's Joe.
And yeah, Milton's just muttering to himself some religious thing. This place is work of the devil.
Oggy's got his gun out and he's just like switching targets with the head. He's like, it's not holy, and just sort of like mumbling.
Can help.
How is Tala reacting, Anya?
She's seen some shit in her life. So she's probably like wide-eyed and scared, but she's not necessarily maybe showing it as much as the others are.
Okay. Which makes sense with your successful sanity roll. So, beyond this organ, to the left, there is a passage that heads further. What would you like to do?
Oggy's gonna be like, no, this seems like a bad idea. But Joe needs a picture. His buddy's in the bar. He's gonna go. He's gonna take a picture of that.
Okay.
Oh my God, yeah. Joe stands in front.
Thumb up.
Take a photography roll for me, please.
God. How much can I push this luck roll with positions? Because I kind of want to like pull out some like earmuffs so he drowns out the music.
I don't think earmuffs would have made much sense for you to carry with
Okay.
you. It's only stuff that would have really
That's
made
gotta make sense.
It has
Alright.
to make sense. Yeah, it's a 23 photography. You do pull out, and you're careful, Oggy. You know what lies in these tunnels, but you want evidence of what's happened to you, Dad. If you somehow make it out of here alive, you want proof. And you quickly go through the process and you snap a photo of Joe in front of the organ.
You got to send me a copy of that one. Maybe find cop out this one. And he kind of points to the one that kind of looks like his nana. This one's scary.
He's still staring at the head, just like, I hope I can develop this. Otherwise, everyone's gonna think we're crazy.
That's true.
Maybe
Good thing
we
you
are
brought your
crazy.
camera. Maybe we are. Maybe I've fallen asleep on the road. Oh my God! I'll go wake up.
Maybe we all died in that rockfall and this is hell and we're traveling through the shadow of death above us.
Oh, maybe I ate a really bad brownie. This is my dream.
Milton's gonna, in his agitated desperation, you said there was like a non-human chair?
Like a stone chair that curls back and does not look like it would seat a human. Well, you could sit in it, but it is not designed for a human.
Milton's definitely using a denial of reality defense mechanism right now. So he's gonna like stride up to it and poke it heavily with his bat.
Mm-hmm.
This just can't be real. and he pokes it. Is it real?
It is real. There's no response or anything.
He
Nothing
kind
happens.
of whimpers as the bat hits it. And then he's going to look around. Does the chamber go on anywhere, or does it stop with this
It
horrifying
does.
structure?
There is another corridor. There is another tunnel that heads off southwards. So to your left, as you're looking at this organ, this whatever this is.
Well, let's get out of this room. It's very creepy.
Yeah, let's go.
So you make your way into the tunnels. They split both left and right initially. Which path do you head down?
Can we hear anything else coming from the other, or can we not hear past the head chanting?
I think at this point you cannot hear beyond the chantings of the heads.
Can we? Is there any like evidence of Josh on the walls, on the floor?
Do a spot hidden check for me.
Oh. No.
7. Here, there does not seem to be any sign of Josh.
Natalie,
Yes.
can I do a look for Josh, but can I have some kind of bonus? Because she did love him once. I feel like she'd know what she's looking for, like signs of him better than maybe the others would.
Okay. In that case, then, make a track roll.
Also,
with a bonus die.
Okay.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Welcome to the more of the backstory.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about this in private.
Okay, I'll send you a message.
Please do.
Is this a new thing where I can tick off the spot hidden?
If as long as it's not been ticked off before, certainly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with a 62 or a 92, you as well do not see any sign of Josh here, Tala.
Damn it. Those are Josh's toes laying scattered on the floor. Sorry.
I don't know if Josh came down here. Maybe we took the wrong path.
Yes, I can't see any evidence of him around here. But you never know, it could be further in.
When Jesus Christ our Saviour laid his hand upon his acolytes, it was always with his left hand, so we should go down the left track. And Milton starts walking down the left-hand path.
Yeah.
It's a good point, Milton.
That's a good lead, that one, yeah. I'm still gonna he's still got his gun out and ready.
After about 50 feet, Milton, the path you see splits to your right and continues on forward. Which way do you head?
Wait, it splits again?
So it splits to your right and continues on forward.
Oh, continues. He definitely continues.
Continues. Do a navigate check for me with a bonus die as you begin to reach the end.
With navigate.
Yes.
Can I just?
Oh my god, I did it.
What were you
saying? Because I'm pretty good at navigate. Would it be reasonable if I had a compass?
Roll a luck check for me. You do have a compass.
Is there nothing this guy can't do?
I like to imagine it's like Mary Poppins' bag. We just keep pulling stuff out of it.
Well, Milton, you actually rolled an 8, Milton. So as you come to the end of this corridor, you look round to the left and onwards, and this large corridor you recognise is the one you first started in, at the other end, as if you had gone straight forwards.
Oh. Wait, right at the start, have we looped all the way back round?
You've looped the way back round, yes.
Oh, praise be.
Oh.
Now,
Milton's gonna
if you'd
start
like,
running.
I will say... Well, not back to the right at the beginning, after you drop down the hole.
Oh, fuck!
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry, I didn't make that
Let's
clear. So I will draw like a little thing on this hole, so just so you've got an idea. This is where you drop down from the hole. And you can feel free to add to this yourselves, I will not reveal too much. There is a path to the left here, and a path to the right here when initially that came down. Now Oggy went off in these directions into these like winding different tunnels that went into dens, etc. That was where he didn't explore that properly. So, but this is where Oggy went when he was attacked. This room here was where the organ was. You went down here, and the path split off like this. And then you decided to go follow it back round to here, and the path split off again like this. And then eventually, now, you make your way here, where you can see in front of you, there are more winding passages, Milton, and downwards there is a dead end.
Good doodle dandy.
This
Wait.
is the room with the heads.
That was the room
This
with the
room's the one.
organs.
Okay, I got you.
I'll move this all up slightly so it's a bit... You can draw yourselves where you think the rest is going.
So, and this area with the windy bits, there wasn't just one big area, was there? There was just lots of different.
What, on the right side, you mean?
Yeah, the windy bits over here.
Oggy's not sure. Oggy was exploring that very briefly, and he was attacked, and he had to run out.
He wouldn't be too keen to go back there either.
That
Yeah,
currently
just
really
kinda-
is a mess in your mind. That's almost what it looks like in
Okay.
Oggy's mind.
So we've only got 2 options. Well, 3, I suppose. Is this bit blocked off?
That is blocked off, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Milton
this-
would just be like, well, all right. If we head back on ourselves, then the other tunnels will be on our left, and we'll just be taking the left passage, like the good Lord says. He'd start marching, put his bat across his shoulder, just
Yep.
start marching back.
I don't want to go in that headroom again.
No, we take the left,
Oh.
you see.
Yeah, I know, Milton. It's a good idea.
That's a good idea, yes. Let's take the left.
So, you begin back down the path with Milton's navigation. And about 50 feet downwards, the passageway continues onwards but also opens up to where you'd be standing, your left again, but opens up into a large, vast chamber where a grotesque spectacle unfolds.
On there.
There is strange fungi and lichens that writhe and pulsate with a life all of their own, tended by strange ape-like creatures that roam this accursed domain. They are shadowy figures, 2 of them. Their elongated skulls, sunken eyes, and snout-like jaws reveal a nightmarish visage. Their elongated arms hang grotesquely at their side. Amidst these creatures, the fungal stalks rise like twisted sentinels towering above as if mocking their insignificance. From the ceiling, apertures periodically spew forth a warm, moist mist, drenching the air with a putrid stench. It is within this malignant mist that the denizens of this unhallowed place toil. their attention solely focused on their macabre harvest of fungal horrors and vile lichens. Their presence instills an indescribable dread. They pay no heed to your intrusion, though. Their indifference, a chilling reminder of your insignificance in their wretched realm. Can I have each of you make a sanity check for me, please?
Have they seen us and they're just ignoring us? Or
They, you're not sure, but they are certainly ignoring you.
okay, fuck.
What? Yeah, I don't blame you.
Now, if
Harla?
Tala, yes, Tala succeeded. Okay, so
Harla's just like,
Tala takes 0 points of sanity loss. The rest of you all take 1 point of sanity loss. Which is bad. Let me just quickly read my notes.
24 left. 2 HP, 24 sanity. Let's fucking go.
Okay. What do you do? And if you'd like to update your indefinite insanity, much like Hannah has, that would be very handy.
Am I meant
Okay.
to change it on the thing?
Edit mode.
How do I change?
You can change your sanity, your total sanity.
What, just remove 4?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I think Oggy would go to get his camera out, but then think better of it.
Okay, as you sort of step forwards and are thinking of doing so, one of the creatures does sort of look over at you. Its hollow eyes staring, and then it just looks back to what it's doing.
Is there anything at the end of this? Is there a door? Is there a tunnel?
So, I will draw more now, Stuart, in here. The tunnel, in fact, so the draw, I've not described it very well. So, in fact, the tunnel would go on like this, and this actually branched into here, more like, so you are over here currently, rather than up there.
Okay.
So in this red square,
This is where the
There's-
fungus,
8 things tending to fungus.
yes. And this room would be closed up, but from this distance, I'll say you can just about see it. There is a passageway on the other side of the room.
Though I may walk through the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Milton's gonna try and stride through to the other side.
Okay. The rest of you following?
Milton! Yes, he's following.
Yeah, like back to everyone with a gun facing the monkey
He's
things.
holding his bat up like a knight would hold a sword in front of him.
You walk amongst the creatures that do not pay you mind as you step amongst strange fungus and lichen that the creatures harvest. You cross through unscathed. On the other side, the path continues onwards until eventually, after about 100 feet, it reaches a path going north and a path that is blocked going southeast.
Left. Even though I can see the map and I know that's a bad idea,
Make
Milton can't see the map.
Make a navigate check.
Joe
see.
Brown's got a compass. We could try and see
Absolutely.
helps.
Make a navigate. Well, if you got a compass, make a navigate check with the bonus die.
Do it.
Oh, what, me? Okay.
Yes, yeah, you.
Pulls it out and it's just spinning around.
Oh god,
Great.
screaming. Ah!
No. Where the hell's my navigate? Oh, it's there. There you go.
Hard success.
Yeah. Oh, I
You're-
don't need the. Yes.
You are aware of where you are on the map, Joe, relevant to other things based on where you've come and based on the compass. You think that's heading back towards the place where Oggy was attacked.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna point that out.
Yeah. We have to just go back through that room and go left where we turned down into here, and then we're still going left. Yeah, right, Milton.
You're
The
right.
other left.
And what I'm
Lord
going
is testing us.
to do, though, as you are exploring this place, things are foggy in here. And now you must rely on your memory to remember where exactly you came from.
Yeah.
Only the immediate area will ever be truly mapped out. Though actually, I probably should have moved that to the GM layer, so I'm going to quickly undo. No, it won't let me undo. No way it will. No, let me undo one thing, so it doesn't matter, it's fine. In future, I'll move it to the GM layer.
You're right. You're right. As he goes half like bustling and charging with his big form back through the mushroom room to the other side.
I'll try and keep. I'll try and keep track of where we are with this compass, but.
You push through the room once more. The mist in the air filling your lungs. But you carry on through to the other side. The path now goes right to where you came from and left.
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 Always
Yeah.
left.
So you
Left, yeah.
continue along the path drawn out until eventually you reach another split in the path. One going to your right and one going to the left.
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 You also
Yeah.
see the path goes back up here as well.
Yeah, that probably connects to the headroom, right?
You could assume
Maybe.
so. So if you
Left.
continue left,
Yes.
so within the haunting depths of the grotto, a gargantuan natural column rises ominously, a testament to the grotesque artistry of ancient hands. Before you, as you enter this room, you see the likeness of a colossal serpent, its coiled body frozen in an eternal slumber. Carved upon its forehead is a pale crescent symbol, crafted from gemstones with an otherworldly luminescence. It seems to pulsate with a sinister energy that defies explanation. Before the imposing serpent, a sacrilegious altar looms, its surface marred by stains of crimson, like grotesque brushstrokes of suffering. Dark secrets seem to seep from its blood-soaked crevices, while intricately intertwined geometric carvings and cryptic runes writhe upon the desecrated surface, casting twisted shadows upon the grotto's walls. Standing sentinel on either side of the altar are spherical censers, forged from gleaming gold. From their ornate stands, tendrils of perfumed incense coil upwards, mingling with the stale air of the grotto, their fragrance a suffocating blend of sweetness and decay. Can everyone, as you witness this huge statue of a serpent before you, everyone make a POW roll. So it's one of your abilities at the top of your sheet.
Power.
Power, yes.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
Only
The power of
Milton
Christ
six-
compels me.
Am I doing one? Sorry.
Yes, you are,
I am the
Anya, yeah.
Lord's vessel upon this plane.
The ringing of the bell commands you.
Oh, so good.
Power. I can't find power.
It's at the
It's at the
top of
top.
the sheet. It's one of your ability scores rather than
Power. I'm looking at the wrong place.
hard success. Okay. Both Tala and Milton, a vision suddenly seizes you, casting you into a realm beyond comprehension. A cascade of serpents of diverse breeds surge forth from the carved serpent's mouth, their foreheads marked with the haunting symbol of a white crescent. Transfixed by the mesmerizing display, you find yourself enveloped by the undulating mass of serpentine beings. These creatures, however, bear no malice in their intentions. They slither and coil around you, their sinuous forms brushing against your skin as their tongues flicker in a dance of otherworldly curiosity. It is then that a chilling realization dawns upon you. Among the serpents, their collective hisses growing hushed and fearful, you sense a presence. Lurking in the depths of the vision, an invisible, formless shadow, more sinister than any serpent, commands their respect and fear. Though unseen, its essence hangs heavy, a malevolence that even the serpentine beings dare not defy. As the serpents coil and slither, a ripple of trepidation passes through their ranks. Their movements become cautious, as if anticipating the unseen menace's wrath. The serpents, normally untamed and agile, are subdued and submissive in the face of this unseen terror. Their gazes flicker upwards as if searching for the shadow's watchful gaze. And so, amidst the symphony of slithering and caress of serpentine skin against your own, you become keenly aware of the spectral presence that looms above. It casts an eerie influence, shaping the very fabric of this surreal vision, and instinctively you understand the urgency to proceed with caution on your journey, and perhaps all of your journeys before you, lest the formless shadow make its wrath known. I need both of you to make, since you lost, sorry, not make, Joe and Oggy both lose 1 point of sanity, and, sorry, should, wait, is that the right round? Yeah. No, I need all of you to make a sanity check now, sorry, misreading my known notes.
Ooh.
Oh no, sorry, just the people with the vision. I'm misreading my thing again.
Oh.
It's just the people with the vision. So sorry, not Joe and Oggy, that's my mistake. So
Well, we
Tala,
both
yeah, you did, so you would have been fine anyway. So, but Tala and Milton, if you both could make sanity.
Who fails coming on?
Success.
I have seen the light of the Lord. I deny you, serpents.
And Tala as well also succeeds. You both lose 1 point of sanity, but you also are granted 2 points in the Cthulhu mythos skill. So you can add 2 points to the Cthulhu mythos skill.
Pretty good.
Cool.
I've seen behind the veil.
Which also means you must reduce your max sanity by 2 as well.
Oh, okay. That's
Because as
99.
So it should be 97 now. Because as one learns more about the mythos, one slowly loses their mind forever.
Sneaky.
With
What happens
that,
to the other two?
The other two don't experience the vision, so they're just like, holy fuck, a giant statue of a serpent that towers almost 100 feet over you.
I think at that point when they're like, oh, Augie would get out his camera and make Joe pose.
Yeah. Now, this is the biggest statue I've ever seen. I wonder how they got it down here.
Do a photography check, then. Okay.
Why do I
Fucking love to photography. Great. Oh, it's a bad
Oh,
one.
no.
do like little Hawaii
got a picture
like
Gale.
sign?
Yeah, not a great picture, and you didn't,
Just-
Hawaii sign.
and you did not fumble, thankfully.
Oh, nice. If you fumbled, what happens?
I'm not telling you.
Camera blows up and burns everything
No.
down.
I will say that
Suppose the film's late.
this room seemingly has no exits. There is a big statue of a serpent.
Milton would look at Parla very wide-eyed as the other two are in their photography, and he just look for like a sense of understanding of what had just happened. Did you see it too?
She would look at him like wide-eyed and just like give a little nod.
The serpents, the darkness.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. Well, perhaps just once.
There are powers beyond mortal. Hen. We must be here for a reason.
She'd sort of turn away and you'd hear her sort of mutter to herself. So it was all true.
He'd 100% step up behind her and just be like, what was true?
Just some things that my family told us when we were children. Josh's family too. I guess I thought it was just a load of hooey at the time, but maybe there is more to the world than I always took for granted there was.
Milton would kind of slowly nod with the wide eyes still, and then look over his shoulder at the two buffoons with their photography and such.
Tala,
Like backing his kawaii
since
pose.
since this is your backstory as I'm merging here, can you make a sanity roll for me, please?
Mm-hmm. Oh, stupid luck. Alright. My flat stinks of garlic now.
It's a nice smell.
I love the smell of garlic here. Success.
Oh, on the
just
button.
about.
No sanity loss on this occasion.
We'll have to be careful around the other two. I know Augie's seen some awful things, but this is in a different realm, and I'd hate to darken the sunshine of Mr. Brown's outlook on the world. But it brings me comfort that you saw it as well. I don't think I could have handled it if it was just me alone, facing the serpents and the darkness and the terror.
Do you ever feel like, I don't know, even though there's all four of us here, I still feel all alone? But I don't think I'm ever alone. I always feel like there's something watching over my shoulder.
He'd like look up to the ceiling where in the vision there was like the feeling of the darkness there. And he'd say, "Not sure I'll ever feel truly alone ever again."
She'd like lean backwards and hold the lighter up towards the ceiling. You see her like searching, as though she thinks that the light's gonna like glimmer off the whites of someone's eyes or something, crouched on the ceiling.
Yeah. Milton would kind of shudder to himself. And call out to the other two and just be like, well, there's no other doors. We should head back.
Yeah, I can't see any other doors in here. Maybe we should take a look around this big snake.
I don't think that was a good picture, Joe. The waving didn't work.
Oh, did I blur this? I'm sorry.
We'll see.
Well, we could always do it again. I don't know how much film you have.
I don't want to. There might be more here. We've only got a few more flashes, you know.
Well,
I
that's true.
hope
It's
we
always
got it.
great. Yes, hopefully.
Should save the flashes. Light might be important to have.
You make a good point, Milton. All right, let's go down another passage. Sure, there must be a way out of here somewhere.
Well, so we're gonna have to take a right.
No.
If we walk backwards, it might be left.
You lead, Joe. I'll keep up the back watch behind us.
Okay, I'll use my compass. Hopefully it proves useful.
So,
Yeah.
we carry on the path for some while longer until it eventually splits once more, left and right.
Well, according to my compass, I think this is towards the 8th people that you saw, Oggy, and then this way is away from the 8 things.
There was that blocked tunnel. Maybe that one leads there. So maybe we should go right. This reminds me of my days stalking those trenches in Belgium. Except, in a way, that was more scary. We had a thing called the broom. Submachine gun. Went around the corner, lit them up. In front of you, a bunch of dead krauts. Wish I had my broom with me now.
We'll be handy in
good
these
old.
straight corners.
When we got back to the States, they took the broom away. But saying civilians won't have that high firepower, but I kept mine in my office.
I was going to say, have they not trust you? You're a very trustworthy guy.
I always keep what I need.
Yeah, so very
Cool.
thoughtful.
Also got a few grenades stashed around a tree around the back of my house. Put them in there just in case someone hits them with a spade in the future. I guess, yeah, right. Right, let's go right.
Going right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know if you want to delete more of the maps.
not yet. A chilling amalgamation of dwelling and toil. This realm, as you continue right along the path, exudes an unsettling aura. The air hangs heavy with an unknown source of heat, transforming the atmosphere into a treacherous tropical jungle, almost replete with suffocating humidity and the cloying essence of enigmatic perfumes. Before you is a living quarters as you enter this room. A curious fusion of comfort and grotesquerie resides. Leather pillows and furs adorn the space, mingling with an inviting hot spring bathing pool. Yet adjacent to this semblance of solace, A foreboding alcove looms, its iron bars acting as a sinister barrier. Within its confines, there are 3 emaciated alien infants that writhe amidst their own squalor, unleashing anguished wails, while a human figure, curled into a tormented ball, whispers unintelligibly to himself. As for the workspace, it emerges as a domain of mysterious pursuits. 3 shelves hold a collection of weathered leather scrolls, while an expansive laboratory pulsates with bubbling alembics and arcane apparati strewn across tables. In close proximity to these instruments of esoteric knowledge stands a formidable bronze gong, its purpose shrouded in uncertainty. The walls, like those encountered in the labyrinthian tunnels, bear carvings of ancient language. Yet one particular wall, adjacent to the workspace, demands scrutiny from any who dare venture closer. These carvings exist within a confined space, devoid of pictorial imagery, save for an abundance of spiralling lines that weave a perplexing pattern, separate from the intricate intertwinement found on the neighbouring surfaces. The human figure you recognise as Josh Winscott. However, within this chamber, with these 3 wailing alien infants, is a snake-like creature. It stands tall, almost 6 foot. It has the head of a snake and the body of a humanoid, perhaps. You're not quite sure, but the creature, as you peer in, bends down to one of these infants and begins swallowing it whole. I need 2 separate sanity checks, I believe. Bear with me 1 second.
You better believe it.
Yeah. Quickly find my notes.
2 separate ones, you say?
1 second, then just quickly check my notes. I need to get my stuff up.
Imagine if they did get out of here. Milton goes back to his wife. Like, how was your day? Because they're like, I don't want to talk about it. I've seen things that should not be seen.
Oggy just sitting in his office, just drinking, staring at the wall. Didn't know it could get any worse.
Where is this?
I've always wanted to freak someone out by watching static on TV. And when someone comes in, they're like, what are you watching? I'm like, can't you see?
Easily done.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 separate sanity checks. 1. Yeah, okay, got it. Tell me what you will get on the first one.
Fail.
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 Fail. And Tala?
Come on, Tala. Beacon of sanity.
Have you ever met me, Thomas?
You've got a really
Sorry.
good sanity score.
It's been super duper slow. Oh, fuck.
No.
You all lose for the initial sight just of seeing this snake creature.
Oh.
4 points of sanity
fucking
lost.
hell.
Oh my god.
I am running the fuck out of sanity.
Oh, sorry. I
That's
thought.
okay. And then
Pressing
I need everyone to make a second lot of sanity checks for witnessing this creature devour this infant creature.
Oof. Hard success.
Fail.
Fail.
Failure.
Second.
Hard success.
Yeah,
So,
hard success.
Milton and Joe lose a further
Oh!
my
2 points sanity. That was a D2, not a D4.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
And if you'd lost 5 or more on that D6, you would have gone temporarily insane, which would have been also very bad.
I'm 6 away from indefinite insanity, baby.
So,
Mm.
can I have everyone also make stealth checks as you are observing this creature?
Fucking nailing it.
One
baby.
off a fumble there, Milton.
Woo.
So,
His jaw
gonna-
just hits the floor and makes a huge clang.
Sorry, I'm looking for
I
it.
might use 5
5 luck.
luck.
Ugh.
Would anyone like to push the roll?
Well,
You can roll stealth again, I will remind you when you push the roll. It's just you have to justify doing it in a slightly different way.
Oggy kind of wants to confront it because it looks like a.
Yeah,
Based on-
Milton's gone. Yeah, Milton's
So-
going the full religious route.
Yeah, he won't.
Yeah, Milton's basically going to be like, the serpent from the Garden of Eden.
And Joe's just at the back.
Yep, hiding behind everyone. Sneaky as fuck.
Can I also have both Tala and Milton make Cthulhu Mythos rolls as well? And then also after that, I need everyone to make a spot hidden roll. It's unlikely you succeed at this, but you never know.
Come on, Tala.
Hard success.
Spot hidden, yeah, everyone make a spot.
Spot hidden. Yep. Fail.
Let's quickly read my notes.
Come on, Tala Bala.
Wait, what?
Spot hidden.
Oh no.
Oh no, actually, don't worry. I misread my notes slightly, so
Okay.
don't worry about making the spot hidden roll.
Oh.
But thank you.
My
for-
beautiful
good job,
hard
Pastor.
success.
But yes, since you failed your stealth rolls, only Joe Brown passing, we are going to need, as this snake creature snaps its head towards you halfway through its meal and then spits it back out onto the floor,
Oh,
and we are all going to need to go into combat.
let's go. 2 HP, baby. I'm going in.
So with stealth, does he just not see me? Am I just?
Unfortunately, it was a Groove stealth check, so
Oh damn it!
did not make any difference in this case.
Well, I'm taking back my luck then. Bullshit.
No, we spent the luck.
Eh,
Let me just quickly read my old notes.
How do we roll initiative? Or how do
No,
we do it?
so in Call of Cthulhu, you add your dex scores. So read to me out from Milton first. What is your dex?
45.
Well, in fact, I'll just. Oh wait, you can't do it on the ones I've created. 45. Joe Brown, what is your?
20.
Now none of you said you had your guns drawn. However, some of you may have done. Would
Yeah. 100.
Oggy.
Just- Yeah, assuming. Well, basically, whenever they're walking out around the corridor.
Yes.
He's got the gun out. He's
So,
fucking
because
petrified.
you've got drawn gun, Joe Brown, you get to add 50 to your initiative score, so you're up to 70. But you must, it must be, I think the first thing you have to do on your turn is fire the gun.
Okay. Yes.
I believe.
Oh.
I can double check that.
Fine.
Oggy, what is your dexterity score?
50.
50, so you would go up to 100. And then finally, we've got Tala. What is your
Also
dexterity
50.
score? 50.
This dude got 20 dexterity, yet he's a taxi driver.
And then, let me just quickly...
Gets in a lot of accidents.
He's just a very slow driver.
Yep. Doesn't want to ruin his taxi, you know? Yeah, I think it's the only one I rolled really bad on.
And this one has got... Okay.
Power.
It's got... I believe it's got 70 dexterity. According to my notes, yes it does. Right, so... we're doing combat for the first time. So I'm going to have to get my notes up for combat. So we... let's do slightly better.
What are those snake people called in D&D?
Your auntie.
Yeah, then. He's a auntie.
Yeah.
Yo, auntie.
Oh, that'd be so fucking funny playing Call of Cthulhu as a bunch of like gangbangers.
Yo, get your snakes out of my face!
Especially if they're all like the guy out of the the Offspring song, Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Bear with 1 second, because it's our first time doing combat. So
Holy white ice.
You... you better fucking blow him away, Oggy. Because if you don't, I'm gonna die.
Just need to quickly look at what the rules for the old... So the first thing you do on your turn is you declare what you're going to do. Dexterity or attack actions in a combat round. Initiate attack using the fighting or firearms skill. Blah, 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 blah. You can perform a fighting maneuver. You can flee from combat.
Oh.
So I'm just checking all my stuff. I know those rules. Just need to find the weapon rules because I know the using weapons. Where is firearms? That's what I'm looking for. Fighting maneuvers. Sorry, I'm just going through the book.
No,
Just
we're
trying
all
to
in.
find the right page.
I'm getting ready to press my baseball bat button.
Just imagine Milton conk on the snake creature and then it just bites its head off.
Yep, pretty much. I just like how I ended up inevitably playing a paladin in any game I play.
Has he got the D6? Is he strong enough to have that? Is his body type?
It says a
enough for that?
D8 on mine with a
Oh
bat.
damn!
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking conk it. Wow, cock it. Gonna cock it. Hit it with the big bat. Bam. I also kind of want to know if I can use the throw skill. Throw something at it.
Baseball.
Do you have to track how many bullets you have?
I think so.
Does it say?
I've got loads of bullets.
Um,
In your Mary Poppins bag. Just upend it and there's a fucking ammo crate inside.
Yep. Well, my gun, I looked it up, has got 6 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
The gun I picked.
Like
and then
a
I've got,
revolver.
yeah. And then I've got like 100 bullets.
Yeah.
somewhere.
100 bullets!
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
I guess it's quite cheap like at the time. Well,
Yeah, probably.
relatively cheap now.
I just like that Joe Brown's ready for a fucking cult-style holdout. You coppers will never take me alive!
Yeah, I guess it's questionable whether he took the 100 bullets with him, but yeah.
He just opened the boot of his taxi and it's just fucking bullets. Can never be too careful.
You never know when they're going to bring the big guns.
Well, it's during Prohibition and all the gang stuff, so maybe he's just doing it to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty safe.
Okay, I think I'm doing this right then. Sorry for the delay. I'm still learning all these new rules. So, Oggy, I believe because you are first, you've got a readied weapon.
Yeah.
You are up first.
Are there any special shooting things you can do, like multiple rounds, or?
Yes, there is. So, let
And the
me
hammer.
quickly double check the rules again. So, apologies. Right, here's a useful combat flowchart. I need a fucking... Just give me all the rules I know. I need to find the bloody right ranged ones. Here we go, firearms. Here we go, found it, finally. So it was within base range.
That's when firing a gun makes a percentile roll.
Yeah, that's how... I was just looking up for specific...
Firing 2 or 3 shots from a handgun in one round apply for 1 penalty die to each shot.
Yes, that is how it works. Thank you for looking that up for me. There's a bunch of stuff of how it works. This guy it takes 1 combat round to load 2 shells into any handgun. So once you fired, you do have to load for an extra thing. Handgun multiple shots. Like you said, many handguns are capable of firing 2 or 3 shots per round, which should say on the handgun itself. Firing 1 shot allows for more careful aim and steadying of the weapon. Firing more than 1 shot places speed above accuracy. When firing 2 or 3 shots in 1 round, roll for each shot individually, with all shots receiving 1 penalty die. And then furthermore, because this guy has some level of cover because he was in the room that is like a prison almost with these children. So this guy can dive for cover, which means he can make a dodge roll in response, is what I'm going to rule it as now. So feel free to make your, if you're either going to make multiple shots or 1 shot, roll your firearm skill. But if you're making multiple shots, then they all come with a penalty die.
Do you do all 3 of them?
Yes, you do. If I think they all get, is it all do they all get 1 penalty die on them?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what it
Yes,
says.
yeah. So all 1 penalty die.
He's going to be like, feel the sweep of the broom! And he's going to fire 3 shots at it.
Okay, fire 3 shots for me. Do them one at a time, and we'll do the penalty bonus at the same time. That is a fail with a 98, which is not a fumble, thankfully, thanks to the fact you've got 85 in it.
Ooh.
I don't need to do the penalty, it missed, right?
So yeah, because it was a penalty, you don't need to do that. Misses the first one.
Oh.
Extreme success, but it's with a penalty, which only puts up to 33, so it is still a success, but it would only be a hard success, I believe. So that shot would hit. So fire off. So I've got 1 shot hitting and do the last one. Last one with a hard success. So I need to make a dodge roll for him. See if he can dodge that. Actually, I'll dodge that first. Let's do this one at a time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll a D100 for him. He needs to get... So when dodging, I believe you need to get the same. He needs to match your level of success. So because you got a hard success, he needs to also get a hard success. So he's rolling. He did not get a success. So that would hit. And then fire your last shot for me, also with a penalty die. So it would be a hard,
Yes.
yeah, it's a hard
Yeah.
success. So I'll do a dodge on that one as well. He also needs to get a 67 is also a failure. So if you want to roll that damage for me,
Yes, it does 1d10 plus 2 for each shot.
The guns. I'm only asking this because on my baseball bat it says malfunction 96.
that would be the fumble, I believe. So that probably
Okay.
means I assume your baseball bat, your brawl skill might be under. Your skill with the baseball bat, I think, is a separate skill, which is
That
probably
makes
under
sense.
50.
So Augie's would say like malfunction like 99 or
Yes,
100
it
or
would.
whatever.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So 18 points of damage. That's a lot of damage. So 2 shots fire in to this creature who lets out an awful yelp.
It's American Steel!
However, one shot did miss. I need to quickly check something. Can you roll a D100 for me, please, Oggy? You're lucky. You're very lucky. As you fire the shots, you realise how close one of them came to hitting some of this laboratory equipment, this alchemical equipment, and who knows what could have happened if one of them had hit into it. Luckily, you did not. So that is your turn, as this is this creature is hit twice, and then its turn is up next. I believe enemy. I'm not sure if enemies get priority over you, but in this case, I'm going to say they do. So this guy is going to rush over to the gong. And he's going to slam his fist into the gong as hard as he can. And which means I need to roll something. Okay. Is that a round counter? Oh, whoops. Delete that, I didn't have a calculation on it. So put that just above Oggy. Currently on round 1. That is its turn. Joe Brown, I assume you are firing on this creature.
Yep.
Roll.
What is the rules on like firing, moving, etc.?
So move. There's the combat is a lot more kind of just a lot more free-form in Cthulhu. With firing, and you have a movement rate, but you don't really worry about it too much. It's very free form. So you just tell me what you want to do, and we'll talk about how it happens.
Brown.
You were
Joe
readying
Brown.
your pistol, of course, though. So
Yeah, I'm still shooting. Joe Brown waves his gun around in a bit of a panic. He's gonna shoot at the guy. At the snake.
is he just firing one shot, or is he firing? How many shots is he firing?
Just the one.
Okay, so you got hard success. So he needs to get the same, or I believe he just needs to get the same level of success. It's a failure from him again. But you said that was 2 shots he's firing.
No, just one.
Just one, sorry. So that does hit, so you can roll damage on that.
Put him down, Joe
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah, I'll try. So the gun I picked, I think, does a D8. So
I like to imagine Joe Brown says bang when he fires the gun.
it would if he wasn't panicked and running around.
Oh yeah.
Damage. How do I do damage?
You can just roll it as a normal dice. So if it's a D8.
Oh, it's a D8.
7. So Joe Brown, this creature, as it bangs its fist into the gong, headshot. It just falls back onto the floor. However, with the gong sounded in the distance, you hear a blood-curdling scream, and the sound of gradually approaching creatures running in this direction. What are you all doing? We're still playing this out in round by round combat now.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to do was run towards Josh.
Yep, you could run towards in Josh's direction. You wouldn't be able to get much further than that because you fired, obviously.
Yep.
Tala, this creature lies dead on the floor now. You can hear in the distance now the gong has sounded. Things are going to be running directly towards you in this direction. In the cage with these wailing alien infants, you can see the curled up form of Josh Winscott, your former lover. What do you do?
Ray.
Sorry, I don't know. God, I feel like she's scrappy, but also, how close is she to it?
No, so Joe Brown has just shot this creature dead before you.
Like,
it's
the head,
dead on the floor, yeah. But before it died though, it sounded a gong that went off, and now you get the impression that lots of things are heading in this direction. In this room, you can see at the back of the room there is like a caged room that has a number of these like wailing alien like infants, with the door that's currently lying open as the snake creature was moving in there to seemingly to eat one of these creatures, these inside you can see curled up on the floor as Josh Winscott, your former lover.
Oh, she'd definitely run towards Josh then.
Okay, so you run through the gate, you get to Josh, who currently is lying on the floor, curled up like a ball. He's just laying there, rocking back and forth in a fetal ball, muttering to himself, saying, snakes that walk, beastmen, snakes that walk, beastmen. Are you going to try and calm Josh down? What are you going to? Are you just going to try and forcibly drag him to his feet? What are you planning to do?
She'd probably, because I'm guessing he's in the cage, right?
He is, but you managed to get inside the cage because this creature was going in and out, and you caught it in a perfect time. Really, you've caught it as it moved out of the cage and left the door open. So you can easily get inside, and now you're next to Josh. You're over Josh, and he's freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, probably sort of try and like be lifting him, be like, "Okay, Josh, it's me. We'll get you out of here. Don't worry."
Okay, make a psychoanalysis roll for me to see if you can calm Josh.
Sorry, stupid laptop. No.
Would you like to spend 14 points of luck to turn this failure into success?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm hoping this may be another point where I can reveal some backstory, so if it goes the way I'm planning.
Well, I will say, this is going bad, because this is a gong has gone off, so in time, something bad could happen, very bad could happen. But we'll see. Milton, it is your go. What are you going to do? You see Tala over. She's trying to sort of get some sense into Josh, but nothing.
Okay, this might sound a little crazy. Milton wants to go into the caged area and pick up one of the babies.
Okay. You hold this wailing infant in your hand. It's tiny. It's no bigger than a less than 1-year-old child. It looks strange. Its limbs are slightly longer than they should be. It has a snout rather than a set of nostrils. Its skin is sagged and grey. It feels it's light to lift up.
Blessed is the babe, like Jesus Christ our Lord. We shall carry him from this place. And Milton is going to start going. So we. God, I don't even
We're down here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Is there
We're down
another?
here.
Is there any like other way out?
There is not. There is a single room like this.
Yeah,
And the
then
cage is
Milton
back here. The laboratory equipment is here. There's a cistern in the corner here.
Milton's going back down the tunnel. Bat in one hand,
Okay.
a baby in the other.
So you're running off in that direction.
Yep.
Not quite out of the room yet. Oggy, we're back to you. What are you doing?
Right. Just thinking if the gong's a signal, maybe if he bangs the gong twice, it's like stop. So he's gonna go bang the gong twice. And then get ready for the fucking onslaught.
Okay, you bang the gong twice. Nothing seemingly happens yet. Joe Brown, what are you doing?
Joe Brown was already on his way to Josh, so he's gonna try and grab him by the arm, lift him onto his shoulder.
Okay,
Oh, good. Come feel offensive, man. We can get out of here now.
do a strength check for me.
Yeah.
Extreme success, yes. You get Josh right up onto his shoulder and you start moving towards out of the cage.
Yeah.
Tala,
As far as I can go.
what are you doing at this point?
I imagine Josh is probably not going particularly willingly, right? He's probably.
Currently he is trying to sort of like, he's panicking. Joe's so strong that he's, in this case, he's just yeeted him over his shoulder. But Josh is just like, snakes, beastmen, we gotta get out.
Harlow would like take his hand and be like, "Josh, it's okay, look at me. It's okay, honey, we're gonna get you out of here. It's me, come on. Trust me."
Make another psychoanalysis check with a bonus die.
Okay. Sorry, my internet's being so fucking weird today.
That's okay.
Psychoanalysis.
Oh.
Bonus. Ugh.
Let's see. No. Also, could you make a Cthulhu Mythos roll as well for me? To see
No,
if you
because
know.
this will go badly. This music is making me very nervous. Which I imagine is the point, but oh, for God's sake!
Okay. Milton continues running off in this direction. You get to the fork in the road, Milton. What are you doing? You turning right or left?
Left. Always left.
Left.
By the will of the baby, Jesus.
You continue running off in this direction. That is the end of your turn for now.
Oh my
Oggy,
God.
what are you doing?
Oggy's gonna try and look around the room to see if there's anything that can, you know, deal that.
Roll a
the
luck.
thing.
Roll a luck check for me.
God. Oh!
That's real good. Oggy, you start panicking and you're looking around them, you're touching everything, you're just grabbing the alembic chemical equipment, you sort of move it to the side and you go up to this big spiral pattern on the wall and you touch it. And Oggy, you're just like, you look at Joe and you're like, and then look down at your hands and your hands have passed partially through the wall. Make a sanity roll for me.
Oh, what? Dexterity?
Sanity. You lose 1 point of sanity. However, you can pass through the wall here.
Fuck.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna call out, "Everyone, come through this wall! Come!" And he's gonna go through, he's too fucking scared.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait till your next turn. Joe, you see Oggy is starting to go through this wall and has shouted out to you. What do you do?
He will shout out to Milton, if you didn't hear that, if Oggy found an invisible wall, Paula, help me Drag Josh. And he's going to try and go towards the wall.
Okay, you head towards the wall. Tala, what are you doing?
She is following Joe Brown and Josh.
Okay.
Rana.
So all three of you are ready to sort of step through the wall. Milton, however, I will need a listen check.
Oh no.
Christ. Well, I'm pretty good at listening. But I cursed it!
Would you like to use any luck?
Sure.
2 points of luck.
Fucking hell.
I'm down to 11.
You do fucking hell. Down to 11. So you are running forwards though, and at this point, you have been running for 2 rounds and think it's going to take 2 rounds to get back.
Yeah.
And you hear them. They say, "There's an invisible wall. We can get through." What do you do on your turn? Do you turn back?
Yeah, he would kind of come to a little bit from his like religious fervor, and just be like, "Oh, I've got to get back," and he'd clutch the baby to his chest. Still, he's got this little baby. He's gonna start running back.
With that listen check as a success, you not only hear Oggy's voice, but you hear the scampering of ape-like feet coming towards you, and they round the corner, these white sunken eyes all coming out of the dark towards you at full speed. You turn around and begin making your way back.
Are they behind me?
They are behind you. I will need a dexterity check as you're trying to get back.
Can I throw the baby at them?
You certainly can throw the baby. Make a throw check for me.
As he comes to his senses, it's just like, oh, I gotta get out of here! Channeling the baseball. He throws the baby at the monkey people.
Okay. That will make things slightly better for you on your next turn. For now, Oggy passes through the wall. It's gone from the room.
He's like, Milton! As he goes through.
Oggy is
All I
gone
can
from the
say-
room. Sorry, go on,
I
Anna.
know, just thinking I never expected to hear my fiance say, "And I'll throw the baby."
Joe Brown follows behind with Josh Winscott over his shoulder. Tala as well. Sorry, go on, unless you wanted to do something else.
I was just gonna try and leave a clue as to where the wall is for.
Ooh, okay, how are you going to do that? Because you are carrying Josh Winscott.
Well, what I was gonna do is I was gonna just offload Josh onto Tala and just shove her in and just stand at the front of the wall.
Okay, Tala will have to make a strength check to see if she can do this.
I was gonna say she can barely pick up a nail.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Oh,
So-
I thought she was quite strong, isn't she? Or was she really dexterous? I can't remember.
I think she's quite dexterous. I can't remember.
It should say at the top of your character sheet whether you're strong or dexterous.
Oh no, she's fucking strong.
She's got 85. She is pretty strong.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought I saw some muscles on her.
Yep, so Tala Ray, she easily... She's got Josh over her shoulder now, those dancing muscles.
Quickly, I've got to show Milton where the wall is. Milton, if you're there, I'm gonna go in. You got 1 minute, 1 second, sorry.
Tala passes through unless you're doing something else.
You could drop the compass.
I could drop the compass.
Tala passes through the wall as well.
Precious compass.
We're Oggy, we skip Oggy's turn. We are back to... sorry, I think I've gone past it twice for some reason. We're back to Milton, we should be, after Tala. As that should be round... is it round 5 it should be on? I think I've skipped over too many. But that should be round 4, I think. So, Milton, another dex check, this time with a bonus die because you chucked the baby towards these creatures.
I didn't end up making a dex check last round in case you wanted me to.
Ooh, yes, I did actually. Well, yes, I did. Sorry, that is my
Yeah.
bad. You would have had a bonus die on that one.
Cool. So last round.
Ooh.
Oh,
But you would have had a, you would have,
22.
you would have had a bonus die on that one.
Hey, I'll
Okay.
probably, unless the bonus die saves me, which it doesn't,
So-
I'll spend 2 more luck if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Down to 9 luck.
And then we need another dexterity
Yep.
check.
This time, no bonus die. Okay, 91. Definitely can't spend luck on that.
Milton, you're running and your foot gets caught on the floor.
No.
Did you go tumbling down?
I'm coming, Joe.
We're on to the 5th round. Oggy is
Fuck.
through. Joe,
Joe.
do a listen check for me.
Yeah. Listen.
Success.
Oh.
You do hear him tumble down onto the floor in the very
fuck.
distance, but it's far still.
It's quite far.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
It's at least 1 round away.
Milton.
Fuck. I don't think I can save you, Milton.
I don't think you should. But I don't want to meta you into any one decision. What would Joe Brown do?
Look, Milton, I'm leaving the compass on the floor, just running to the compass. He's gonna go in the wall.
Joe
Sorry,
goes,
Neil.
Tala,
No,
Milton,
Right, cool.
I need a hard dexterity roll to see if you can get to the room in 1 more round.
From me as well. Sorry.
No one from you. You're past through the wall now.
Sorry, I thought I heard you say Tyler. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
You gotta do the thing. You gotta do the thing.
What thing?
The make or break or whatever it is.
Push the roll.
Yeah.
If you can think of a way of pushing it, but this is a pretty dire situation.
I'm only good at throwing stuff. Throw myself.
You can throw your bat.
I could throw my bat at them. Yeah, my prized bat. Babe.
Throw your shirt at them.
I'm on the floor in a rocky tunnel with the monkey people chasing me down. I'm not sure I've got anything that I can use.
Yeah, I'm almost at the point where I think,
Yeah.
is there a way you can actually save yourself with a push roll?
Failed 2 in a row. Think.
The final round, as Joe passes through, the camera pans onto Milton, as on the floor he tries to get to his feet, but he falls back down again, getting to run whilst these creatures descend on him.
Oh.
No.
Oh no.
We cut to the rest
Sort
of
of.
you.
It's narratively, Milton's legs are fucked anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
No, he's a hero.
He ran off with a baby. He's only got himself to blame.
So, on the other side of wherever this wall left, your eyes blink. And you all are in a tunnel with a light at the end. You panickedly make your way to the edge of the tunnel and pushing out the cave, Oggy, you're the first, and you fall over tripping and realise you are outside next to the river. Tala's out second with Josh on her shoulder, who tumbles also over with you. And not long after, Joe Brown follows, but there is no sign of Milton. And you sit there amongst each other, wide-eyed and staring. And that is where we will end today's session.
Oh, Milton, you died.
Milton-y boy!
Oh.
I don't want anyone feeling bad. Milton was very much on his way out.
This is Cthulhu. This is where
Yeah.
characters can and will die.
This is where characters come to die.
Yes, this is not D&D. I'm going to remind everyone, you can't save
Honestly.
everyone.
We all would have
Oggies.
died if Oggy didn't save the day there.
Yeah, indeed. Oggy's gonna have to tell Milton's wife.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice. Good luck.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Now you got to play Josh Winston.
The snakes and the beastmen.
Well, Shelby Boucher comes by.
Oh yeah! You amateurs haven't seen anything yet.
Well, he's certainly part of the society, so certainly possible. We shall see.
We shall see.
I really hope you guys enjoyed. That was the first scenario.
Yeah.
So for completing that scenario,
Yeah, you get to do your stuff.
yes, we do get to do stuff, but we won't do all of that immediately. But there's some other stuff. So for the conclusion, rescuing
Should I have been ticking off lots of things?
for all the successes of your skills, you should be ticking. So you can go back through the chat log and do that afterwards. If not, if you
No, I mean I've ticked them, but was I only supposed to do one?
only one, yes, you don't do them more than once. You just it's on or off. So once you get a success, you tick next to it. If that makes sense.
No, I mean like I've got spot hidden and I've got first aid.
if you've got
and
successes,
navigate and yeah.
yeah, as long as you've got successes, you should have a tick against them.
Okay, so
Or
you can
the
have more
same.
than one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, more than one skill, 100%, yes. And we will the start of next session, because it is a bit late. I did go a little bit over, sorry. We will do the improvement stage where you can improve all these skills that you succeeded, potentially improve all these skills you succeeded at.
Okay.
We will see. But for rescuing Josh, you get plus 1d6 to your sanity. We'll do this quickly now before we end.
Nice.
So all roll, everyone who survived, roll a d6. You can add that to your
Really
sanity
high.
score.
Please be high.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Medium.
And for escaping and defeating the snake creature, you get another d6 you can add to your sanity.
Oh. Oh, yes. Back up to what I
Sorry.
was nearly before.
Do I get the extra D6?
Yes, you do, yeah. You all defeated the snake.
No.
Do we lose any indefinite sanity or?
So yes, so now the scenario is over. The indefinite sanity resets to what it should be now on your sheet, based on your current sanity. So your current sanity,
now-
it will show, it will be 19. Your indefinite insanity, I think for you, Joe, probably. So then we start
Yeah,
again at the next scenario.
So now it's 0 out of 19 sort of thing.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, cool.
But yes, well done. That is what you get from this session and this scenario. This one is over. We will move into the next scenario next time in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, I'm. This is the first. This is sort of the first proper Cthulhu adventure that we've done.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I'm gonna slowly lose sanity because I'm one short of what I started off with.
Oh
I
yeah.
was low already.
No, that's what happens in Cthulhu. You will gradually lose your sanity, and there's ways of improving it in between scenarios, like seeking out psychotherapy and such. So there is ways
Oh,
of
yeah.
recovering it.
Definitely going to therapy now.
But we will get into that next session. There's going to be a bit of sort of downtime for the beginning of next session where we discuss a bunch of this stuff and I try and learn more rules.
That also be introducing Tom's new character.
Yes, and introducing Tom's new character, which we will have to discuss. So if Anya wants to send me backstory stuff for Tala between this now and the next 2 weeks, and if Tom, if you want to either tell me what you're doing with your character after the session or what ideas you have in mind, and then within the next 2 weeks, if you could send me who your character is.
Yeah, I'll have a think.
Awesome, brilliant. Cool. I won't keep anyone any longer then because I went 20 minutes over. But thank you all. It was very fun.
Super fun. Love
Really
this
fun.
system.
Thank you for being patient while I learn combat and stuff because I've always found that some of the stuff's a little bit confusing, but it's just getting used to it.
Well done, Oggy and Joe for blowing the creature away.
Yeah, that was fucking. That shows you how powerful weapons can be, though. You can kill things quickly if you do get shots off certain things.
Blam, blam, blam.
But yes, some things will
Oh,
definitely
what?
not go down as easily.
I knew there had to be something in that room because there's literally no other way out.
Yeah. Also, I was hoping for that tunnel, the other tunnel, to have a way out, but it was unlikely. But
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
blocked right that way.
probably.
Yes, it was blocked.
Yeah.
I was split between the baby option, or I was going to try and use my throw skill to throw some of the like potion things at the monkeys as they turned up.
That'd been a good idea.
I
Yeah,
I
but
will
was like, baby Jesus.
I will say you came real close. Like that, that creature had 1 armor as well, so it was reducing the damage by 1 as well. So, like, you were lucky. I think Oggy rolled like a fucking 10 and a 16, or so, 10 and a 6 or something on his
10 and a 4.
10 and a 4. That's like he only reduced it by 1, so it did like 9 plus 3 is 12 damage, and then yeah, I think he had like another 6 damage on that. So yeah, I think he only just killed it basically.
Nice. Yeah.
It's a miracle that only Milton died,
Yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
You're really lucky because I think that the plus 4 is what did it, Oggy, basically.
You could take the big gun.
Yeah, taking that big gun, that's what did I think that's what killed it. That is exactly what killed it.
Blam, blam, blam.
And then but you're also real fucking lucky that Joe hit and also Oggy did not miss and hit the fucking alchemical equipment, because
Yeah.
you could have all died if that had hit. I think you probably would have all died.
Hey.
I know, when
Yeah.
you said that, I was worried. I was like, should I fire? Well, I
Yeah.
have to now.
It's dangerous.
And it didn't dodge any of them.
No, it also could have dodged.
What kind of bullshit story is Oggy going to make up how Milton's dead?
I want to see what you guys do with the photos. Just go down the pub and you're just like, this is us in front of the giant snake horrible statue.
We all
This is
know
us with
that-
all the dead heads.
We all know those photos are not. They're just going to be a cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, with dodging in combat, I realised as well, it only needed a regular success to dodge it.
Shit.
Even if you get
Oh.
hard, I think it needs to not. I think because it's the advantage it's in. Actually, no, that might not be right. I think
We
no.
can dodge it as well, though, can't we?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is if it got a hard success and it's like it would have just like dodged it. Like you wouldn't have if it matched you, it would have still dodged. You wouldn't have. It doesn't. In the case, say if there's other combat things in melee where you can like fight back, and then you have to get like a higher level of success than it gets and stuff like that, and so yeah, I think it just needed to match your what you got rather than going against another level in its favour sort of thing. Than if it was in melee and if it tries to fight back.
Do we gain luck back at any point?
You will in the improvement thing at the start of next session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've only got a measly 67. It's not good enough.
Poor Milton, what, you have 9 at the end or something?
Yeah.
That's why I really want to do that scenario where you are in the Great Depression in the 90s, where you start with 0 luck.
Oh, yeah. Did I remember to bring something? No,
No.
because you don't own anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I'm
me
glad.
too. Fun.
Awesome.
It's
Thank you. Well,
good.
well
The descriptions are really good as well. I assume they're a bit
chat.
from chat.
Oh,
GPT.
100% chat. Yeah, they're really useful.
They were good
Cool.
though.
I'm glad. Yeah, so I think we're playing Lumen on Sunday, Tom, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Lumen.
We'll see you for Lumen, and then we'll do this again in 2 weeks' time.
Sweet.
Well, we think we'll be going. Oh, I'm super debated because some stuff happened that I didn't necessarily expect. So I was originally going to see what happened to Josh and then sort of base the next scenario on that. I think I'm going to go maybe into Genius Loci. I think.
What are we doing next week?
Oh, we're doing Pathfinder next Thursday. I'll be running
Oh.
Tom's first session of Pathfinder. He gets to play. it. Yeah, we'll be
Oh.
doing the
I've changed my
Pyre
mind.
Glass.
I'm being an inventor.
Ooh, interesting. I think Hannah's being an alchemist, aren't you, Hannah?
I'm debated. It looks hard though. I'm debated though.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Guess we'll find out. I think I need
He's gonna
to.
be a crazy dwarven inventor with a super suit of armor that he uses to fight things.
I need to poke George and
Nice.
see if he wants to play in that or not.
Yeah.
But he might not. We'll see. Cool.
Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks,
Thanks
Natalie.
all.
Cool.
Thank
See you
you.
later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.